a story. Everyone has been through something that has changed them. So, never judge a person by the chapter you walked in on.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are warm, kicking and fly today, baby. Because we are live, broadcasting all corners of the globe. It's time! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tea with P, where the T is beer and the P is me, and boy, do we got a show in store for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for coming back and joining us this week. We weren't here last week because, well, we had a lot going on. There was hockey going on, and actually it's pretty much just hockey around here now. So we missed a week, but we're back, and we're going to be back next week, and we're going to be getting down, well, the down's getting down. But before we get too far, I want to give a huge shout out to the band doing their thing over there, man. That a girl, Cheryl. Look at her. That a girl doing her thing. A huge shout out to Mrs. P. Yo, there we go, Mrs. P, Mrs. Radiohead doing her thing. Shout out to you, Mrs. P, thank you. And shout out to you guys, man, for tuning in, bro. I appreciate you guys for pulling up like it just ain't no thing. Like it ain't no thing. Hopefully the connection's running okay, guys. Hopefully no one's lagging too bad. We're having a few difficulties here on our end, but hoping that we can kind of wager through it. But I hope you guys are enjoying your evenings, enjoying your Wednesdays, and kicking it fly as always. Man, it is so good to see everybody pulling up, man. I see Ryan's here, man. Ryan, good to see you, man. Untrained Astronaut, good to see you, bro. What's up, man? The Panero tree's here too, man. Panero, what's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Good to see you, friend. Tyler, good to see you, man. Silver's here. Silver, what is up, brother? Lacey, good to see you, girl. Trent, good to see you too, man. Good to see everybody, man. Chris, good to see you. Well, good to see everybody, man. It's an absolute pleasure. The connection is bad. Oh, it is bad. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna. Is it bad? Keep cutting a little, my man. All right. Let's run the intro again, and we'll stand by here real quick. Give us 2 minutes. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, that should have fixed it. Is everybody here? Hold on, let's just see if we are still live. Refresh everybody in the chat. Refresh everybody. There we go. Just like that. Movie magic, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All good now. Seems better. Fantastic. What I did is I went over and I just kicked Mrs. P in the side. And what do you know? It started working, man. It started working. So shout out Mrs. P. She's not gonna miss a beat now. I swear. She's on top of the game. All right. And she's laughing about it. So that's great. And that's great. Guys, great to see you guys, man. Let's start all over, man. I appreciate you guys for pulling up. This is Tea with P, where the T is beer and the P is me, and you are here for a great show. And I'm not going to disappoint you today, guys, because we've got a banger in store. We've got great guests tonight. We got Troy and Jerry from Troy and Jerry Think Dank. We're going to be talking about some of the great stories that blessed our palate over the course of the last couple weeks, because I was not here last week. And yeah, what else we got? Oh, it's Black Friday too. Well, it's Black Friday month, I guess is a better way to put it. So we're gonna jump into a bunch of Black Friday deals. I wanna remind you guys that if you guys are out shopping looking for the greatest deals, use promo code PIGEONS420. But in the spirit of Black Friday, we've got a giveaway. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway tonight. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. We're gonna leave a link in the chat right away. Miss P is gonna drop it in, and what we're gonna do is, all you've gotta do is follow me on Twitter, man. Follow me on X, and that's it. You're in. 2 points. Boom, baby. Get an opportunity to win a bag of Stash Blend and a Controller Pro AI Plus. Controller AI Plus by AC Infinity. All you got to do, hit the link right there, put your email address in there, and follow me on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, just download it, follow me, and then delete it afterwards. All right.
Last ACI cookie giveaway.
Last ACI cookie giveaway. Seeker, only if you're in Wisconsin. Okay?
I love it.
Got you for this one, guys. In the spirit of Black Friday, we're going to do a giveaway. And actually, we're going to do a giveaway next week, too. I'm not going to advertise these giveaways. I'm not going to tell anybody about them other than you guys and maybe my Twitch chat, because they're real ones, too, and I know they can't always pull up on Wednesdays. But the flock is the flock, and I want to reward you guys. I'm not gonna try to reward somebody. I'm not gonna talk about a giveaway a couple days in advance, and then no. I just want to reward you guys for pulling up every Wednesday to sit and chat with me. And what better way than to do a giveaway for you guys? So this is not your average giveaway show. Just kidding. The only stipulation is you have to be here at the end of the show. When does the show end? You'll never know. You'll never know. Guys, follow me on Twitter and be here at the end of the show. Make sure you hit the link, put in the information. You're done, baby. You're done. That's it. I just want to reward the ones that have been watching, the ones that are here from week to week to week, that watch the full episode. You guys are the real ones, and I want to know the name that gets pulled. So it's my channel, and I'll do what I want to. So there's also going to be another giveaway next week, maybe even a little bigger than this one. So in the spirit of Black Friday and in the spirit of community, I love you, I appreciate you, and this one's for the real ones. So hit the link, follow me on Twitter, and be here at the end of the show. That's it. That's it. And you can win a Controller Pro or Controller AI 60-watt, that thing, and a bag of Stash Blend, baby. Huge shout out to our sponsors, man. AC Infinity pulling up huge. Seedsman, if you're looking for quality genetics, use promo code PIGEONS420. Spider Farmer, you're looking for budget-friendly, top-tier lights, head over to spider-farmer.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. In fact, use promo code PIGEONS420 anywhere and see if you get any deals, okay? All right? What are you smoking on, man? What are you smoking on, man? Before I get in too far, I'm going to be smoking on absolutely nothing because I didn't grind anything and I left all the weed over there. It's not weed, YouTube. It's oregano, and I smoke it. In fairness, what are you smoking on? I'm probably going to be smoking on some Khalifa mints. It's the white bag.
Surprise you.
No, don't, because the other ones are trash. That's the one. Don't surprise me, because it won't be a surprise. It'll be a massive disappointment. But while Mrs. P's over here grinding up or doing her thing with the weed, actually, I can make it all happen.
I can do it.
I appreciate you. I want to thank you guys for pulling. No, what are you guys smoking on, man? With that being said, I also want to give a huge shout out to our patrons for pulling up. Shout out to Patreon. All of our patrons, you might see your name scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. Huge shout out to you guys for pulling up and always supporting me. Patreon.com/pigeons420. Wouldn't be right if I didn't shout out my patrons. At this moment, every 2 weeks, we have live grow classes, teaching people how to grow quality weed without knowing anything, but putting in the fair amount of time and getting some quality results. So if that's something you're interested in, or you want to see your name on the bottom of the screen, patreon.com/pigeons420. That's the place we'll be. Also wanted to mention a few housekeeping items I think is fair is I sent an invitation. Thank you, Mrs. P. I sent an invitation to our friends over at what? That's not a sticker on the wall? I sent an invitation over to our friends at Parents Opposed to Pot. As I mentioned a couple weeks back, I do want this platform, Tea with P, to be a place where we can have discussions and we can open up and kind of bring in people that maybe regularly wouldn't be open to these conversations. And I said that regardless of whoever we have, let's be fair, open, and honest to whoever it is. And I actually passed the invitation off to Parents Opposed to Pot. If you guys are familiar, they're on X, and they are, quite frankly, I think it's a parody account. It has to be a parody account. But I'm so non-convinced that I have invited them onto the show to come and talk about their viewpoints. Now, they're kind of extreme in regards to the things that they perpetuate and the things that they post. But nonetheless, I want them to come in. I want to have a conversation with them and kind of just see where they stand on these and why and how they got to the place in which they are at anyways. So one little thing I just want to remind everybody is if we do have somebody like this on the chat, maybe somebody on the show that is really opposed to pot or opposed to our way of life, I still want us to be, I want us to be nice, kind, comforting, warming to them. You might disagree with them, of course, and I want you to vocalize your opinions, but let's not attack anyone. Like when I say that I'm tweeting them that I want them to come on the show to a fair and open conversation, I really mean that. I really want this to be a comfort spot where we can have people with differing opinions that are willing to come on the show and voice their opinion. So, with that being said, I want them to come on the show and voice their opinion. So, if you guys are on Twitter, or X, whichever you do prefer. I'm calling it Twitter, Twitter X. If you are on there and you see my posts in reference to them and their stuff, retweet them. Retweet them and say, hey, retweet them and say, hey, yo, Pigeons wants to talk to you, okay? Because the more people that reach out to them, the better, I think would be the best way to go about it. Brina, good to see you. El Chad, good to see you too. Bendo, what's up, brother? Good to see you too, man. Good to see everybody, man. Thank you guys for pulling up to tea. I'm going to have a who here. As I mentioned, we got quality guests tonight. We're going to be talking to Troy and Jerry from Troy and Jerry Think Dank. I actually see them in the chat right now. Good looking sons of guns. Good to see you guys. Can't wait to have a conversation and talk about all things life, love, and everything in between. Also, I want to mention we've got ourselves an event coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we've got an event coming up. As a matter of fact, we're going to be in MJ BizCon the first week of December for the Growers Takeover. Yeah. Miss P, you want to let that run? She's clapping. She's excited.
I'm excited.
Gromies, MJ BizCon 2024 to be, and we've got something big planned for you. Pull up and sesh with Deuce Farms, ICANN THC, Mr. Grow It, Northern Scrogger, Pigeons 420, and me, Rob from CLTV. Let's connect, vibe, and grow together at MJ BizCon and show Las Vegas that the home growers are here to take over.
Home Grower Takeover.
Presented by our friends over at ProMix. If you're going to be at MJ BizCon, drop a comment below. Big shout out to the sponsors that help make this happen, and we'll see you in Vegas.
We will see you in Vegas. Thanks for cranking me up, Mrs. P. Sorry about the sound on that one. I should have adjusted that before we got started, but I did not.
That's okay. I didn't even think about it.
Nope, that's okay. I got to crank so you guys can hear me coming loud and clear.
You guys are going to have to correct me on the sound because I'm stuffed up and I can't hear. So
she's a little sick, but I made her work anyway because there's no time for downtime.
No. But I can't hear if the audio's out. So if it is, let me know.
They will let you know.
I know.
But MJ BizCon Takeover is going to be amazing. Real quick, too, we got Black Friday deals, too, coming up and around the corner. It's kind of the reason we're doing a little bit of giveaway, kind of the reason we're just got everything the way we got it. If you guys are searching around Seedsman right now is having a great sale. It actually started. Biggest Black Friday yet. We won't show you those pictures, Mrs. P, because that's weed.
Sorry.
And we're not allowed to do that. Use promo code Pigeons420. It's going to save you a few dollars off at checkout. AC Infinity also having the biggest sale ever. Everything is 10% off the store site wide. with an additional 15% off if you use your favorite creator's promo code. I don't care which promo code you use, unless it's mine, unless it's not mine, and then I have a problem. Just kidding. Yeah, make sure, I don't care who you're supporting this Black Friday season, but you can use your favorite creator's promo code. That will be added to the 10%. So you're getting like 25% off at AC Infinity. So that's pretty damn ballin', baby. Promo code Pigeons420. Spider Farmer, they're also having a big ass blowout, up to 30% off Black Friday sale. Spider-farmer.com. Check out everything on the sale. Use promo code Pigeons420, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, you won't be disappointed. Quality lights, man. Quality, budget-friendly lights. I want to add that in there because there's no shying away that they're budget-friendly. So it is what it is. Everybody's using the same diode, but you can get the same dial for a little bit less. So huge shout out to everybody who's doing Black Friday sales. If you head on over to Growers House, growershouse.com, you can also get Stash Blend at a reduced amount as well. I think it's going to be 10%, 15%, plus a free gift. I think it's cloning gel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Make sure you check that out. Growershouse.com. Man, so many things, man. So many things to check out. So many things to give away. It is a crazy time. 20%, I'm being corrected, this just in. 20% over on Growers House for Stash Blend, plus a free gift. So my God, more and more and more. Make sure you check around because Black Friday is pretty huge. It ain't what she used to be. We up here in Canada, you guys spread Black Friday to us. We never used to do Black Friday until the internet came around. Now we do Black Friday, but it's not even really Black Friday. I feel like everybody just raises the price of their products and then just offers a sale. I remember when DVD players and TVs used to be like $4, man. What's a DVD player, you might ask? That's for another conversation. But nonetheless, it's Black Friday. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of the sales because if you were saving up a few dollars, you could probably save a couple more if you utilize the Black Friday sales. Boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, do we have lots to talk about. But before that, a message from this sponsor.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Hi, I'm Pigeons420. Will you be an angel for an abused plant? Every day, innocent plants are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're calling for your help. Please visit stashblend.com today and join the nation in helping abused plants get an 8-ounce bag of Stash Blend. That's just $27.70 or 96 cents per day. You'll be helping rescue plants from their abusers and provide nutrition, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizae, and love. You'll help rescue plants from their abusers. Call or join now, and you'll receive a welcome kit of a photo of a dude impacted by your decision. Order now and change a life. Boom! Operators are standing by. Packed this bowl, didn't even enjoy it yet, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the first time you're tuning in, Tea with P, this is your one-stop shop for all things nudes, culture, science, health, you name it. Nothing is off the table here. I don't care about the suppression. I don't care about the demonetization. I don't care about the hate. I don't care about really anything in regards to what might happen by sharing stories within our space. Because believe it or not, it brings on a lot of backlash. Don't care. So we got lots to talk about. We're going to be talking about smoking your parents' remains. Yeah. WeedTubers that don't want to be WeedTubers anymore. That want to try to get out, but they're not really getting out. We're going to be talking about Tennessee not smartening up and still dishing out possession charges for people found with weed. We got everything in store and more coming up on the nudes.
Canna News. All things culture, science, and health. Your one-stop shop for all things Canna News.
But first, some Khalifa mints. Khalifa mints. So, we got a few stories, as I mentioned, in the nudes today. If there's a story that you might be interested in or that's kind of tickling your fancy, feel free to hit me up at Pigeons420 over on X, Twitter, and let me know. You can follow me over there, and I'm on Instagram. A lot of people don't believe that I grow weed, but I do, and you can see that over on Twitter X or on Instagram, whatever your choice is. The first story, which, do you have the Twitter first story? Which first story do you have? I already forgot.
The YouTube.
Smoking?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll find the other one in a second. So we're going to jump right into the main story today, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a young lady that has decided to, well, her father passed away, and many years ago, her father had a wish that after he passed away, they would grow him into a plant, pot him, or harvest him, and then smoke him. And, well, she's making national news because of this, and I wanted to share it because it's the Rodalicious podcast. I've seen her before, but I've never actually seen the podcast before. But we've got a clip here of how this all goes, and I thought it was in true spirit fair that we shared the story. So let's play that little clip.
And to honor him the way he wanted. So years ago, he told me and my mom that he would like us to take his ashes, mix it in with some soil, and grow a marijuana plant and smoke him. And I told you he was a rebel, and I actually have footage of us doing this together. It was very emotional and special, and I'm glad that we got to have these memories, like honoring Dad together. I even got to work with a local licensed grower here in California. His name's Ninja, and he was absolutely amazing. I learned so much from him. He's very knowledgeable, not just about cannabis plants, but plants in general. And I just can't thank him enough for helping me honor my dad.
Now, I'd love to show more of that. However, it involves a plant that is heavily restricted here on the internet, and I can't. So, yeah, needless to say, this young lady lost her father, and through his wishes, decided that she would plant use his ashes in the soil and plant a plant or grow a plant. And I think this is beautiful. I think it's fantastic. And in the same podcast, she actually has a clip of her enjoying it. Now, this clip actually starts after she takes the first pull.
I honestly can't believe I'm doing this. I think when I was talking to David, he said, you know, when your dad died, probably a part of you died. And I feel like that. I feel like old Ro, who's super, super nice and buttoned up. I feel like old Ro, that's died. And I'm still nice to friends, family, and people because I love people. I'm like a people person. I love meeting new people. But I'm no longer going to be nice to people who are cruel to me, are mean to me. I'm not going to try to kill them with kindness anymore. People who are like that, they're just going to get what they give. So that's new.
Boom. Boom. So what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Using your loved one's ashes to plant and then to grow and then to toke. I thought it was very sweet. This is something I could probably get behind. I don't see why not. You don't have to use all the ashes. I know, like, I don't really have any loved ones' ashes, but I do have my dog's ashes that passed away, bless their soul. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to use all of them, but I would, you know, I don't know. What do you think? I think it's kind of nice. I think it's kind of cool. What do you guys think in regards to smoking your loved ones? Don't think there's anything wrong with it. I say bring it on. It's a nice testament. Testament. Nice testament to those you love. Mrs. P scrambling. It was if you go under my likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a ways down there.
I was a ways down.
And it starts with like, I disagree is the comment. Or not my likes, notifications.
Oh my God. Where are your notifications? Oh, there.
So yeah, so needless to say, that's huge. I think that's pretty sweet. I did look to see if the podcast did get age restricted, and unfortunately the podcast did get age restricted. I think that's crazy, but that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. They were drinking and smoking, so they were having adult conversations, so I guess I get it, but again, kind of weird.
I kind of wish we would have done that with Mom.
Yeah, yeah.
That would have been cool.
It would have been pretty sweet. It would have been pretty sweet. So yeah, needless to say, that's a story I can get behind. Well, Mrs. P is searching something up for me in regards to the tweet. It'll be under notifications, and then people were liking the tweet. If I knew how to find tweets, it'd be a lot easier, but I suck at finding tweets.
But like how long ago? Because I'm back.
It was a few days ago.
I'm at November 15th.
You know what? Maybe I can just send
If
you this.
you have it pulled up, what's the date on it?
12th.
Oh, okay. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, there you go. So in smaller nudes too, Jamie Johnson, huh? You guys might not recognize the name. He's a country singer. He was arrested for possession of cannabis in Tennessee. He made headlines with, Jamie Johnson, November 17th arrest in Tennessee made national headlines with little further information available at first. Now, new details have emerged. The country singer and songwriter was arrested after a state trooper pulled him over for speeding and allegedly found marijuana in the car. I say marijuana because I read it. According to the court's findings, he's eligible for, he's up for penalties that range from 6 years in prison and $5,000 in fines. The real story here is not that Jamie Johnson was pulled over, but it's the fact that Tennessee is one of the very few states that have no medical program whatsoever. There's only like, I think it said like 12 states in its entirety that don't have access to any form. Tennessee is one of only 12 states without a viable medical cannabis program, and one of 19 states that continues to imprison individuals for possessing small amounts of cannabis. That is incredible. People are going to prison in Tennessee for small amounts of weed. That's the real story here. So if you're in Tennessee, please be careful. Just, you know, we never condone unlawful activity. Is that the way to say that? Unlawful activity. Thank you. But you just got to be careful, because there's just some places where you just won't get away with any kind of leniency. So Tino, that's fucking depressing. I totally agree with you. You got that tweet, eh, Mrs. P?
I found it.
All right. So I also want, this story is important for two reasons. First, for the sake of the story, and two, because this is my largest tweet of all time. It's not even my own tweet. Actually, it was a comment to a tweet. Earlier this month, on the 12th, Goblin makes a tweet and says this, the Goblin: I think I'm going to delete a lot of my old smoking videos. The canna community is beyond toxic online, and I want zero association anymore. This shit has become so lame. I am not a WeedTuber. I am not a cannabis content creator. I am Goblin, and I do whatever the vibe is that day. His tweet got 129,000 impressions, and I commented, after a few people commented, I said, I disagree. The community I'm exposed to is positive, kind, and accepting. I've created a community of intelligent people that think for themselves. I suppose if I created a community based on being a, quote, online degenerate, it would foster a different response. And I actually stood corrected, because when you click on his account, it is actually, quote unquote, professional degenerate. So I actually got it wrong. And so I really just wanted to touch on that and just say that I double down on what I said in that tweet, in that, yeah, if you curate your content to a younger audience, naturally there's going to be pushback when those audience members start to grow older, they mature, and they start watching other stuff, or they grow out of you, and so on and so forth. And Goblin has videos on the internet about talking to people who had intercourse with their cousins. So, like, I'm not really sure the quality of community you're really creating when this is your focus of content. And I'm not saying that's the focus of content. I can keep going. You know, it's the smoking form of content. You know, he advertises using smoking devices like the Puffcos and taking dabs, and he works with or is partnered with Only Gas, which is, Base Smokes, or maybe all of them. I don't even know. They're all these I think it's Base Smokes that he's associated with the closest. And Base Smokes has one of the worst reputations for distributing online weed. It's moldy, it's dry, it's not potent. It's literally the example of the worst example of weed. And I feel like when you take advantage of your community in that sense, right? If you're pairing with a company that gives off subpar product or a piss poor performance or experience, your audience is naturally going to not believe in the things that you have to say and or produce negative feedback. This was a no-brainer to me. You know, I don't know Goblin from a hole in the wall, but all I see is his online presence, and I see that it's more, it seems like it's for a younger audience. And that to me makes sense then that you're going to receive a less mature response when you're online. Some people in the comments section can't handle basic criticism. Basic criticism. The first response to that comment said, that last comment didn't seem very positive. And you can show this on the screen. And I said, honesty doesn't always feel good. I'm being honest, man. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself. You posted something on a public forum for which it can receive public input, to which I gave my input. And the internet's like, that's not very positive. And I was like, honesty isn't always positive. And then it was immediately hit with, you talk about the community as positive, and then you come and be a dick? I don't blame Goblin for not wanting to associate with that crowd. Y'all seem hypocritical as fuck. And I'm like sitting here like, what? Okay, all right. I was like, or you're soft. Like, I'm trying to like get behind the rationale here. Or you're soft. I haven't said anything negative, partner. He calls himself an online degenerate. I pointed it out. You took it negative. This is really negative internet for you? And then someone says it's called passive aggressiveness, which is also called being an asshat. So I'm sitting here thinking like, if this is the bad internet you're running from, good God, do you have it good? Good God. It's like, I was like, no, there's no negative in the community. And these two dudes were like, hold my beer. Huh. By golly, guarantee you that both of those dudes are maybe 20. They live at home and they haven't experienced real life yet. I hate to break it to you, man. When you get out of your house and you have to start to face people like your boss, your coworkers, the fucking bus driver, sometimes they're gonna tell you stuff that doesn't feel good. But it doesn't mean it's negative. But if you're looking for negativity, you're gonna find it on every single corner. So, good God, man. I was like, if this is the worst I have it today, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. But I guess maybe I just don't see it the same. People take me for a young guy. I'm not as young as you think I am. These good looks and this cunning jawline, I get it. But, no, I'm going to be 40 soon, guys. I'm going to be 40 soon. And let me tell you, I've seen the dark side of the world. It's like, I've seen where people just don't give a fuck. They don't care about you. I've slept in some of the darkest corners. I've woken up in some of the strangest places, strung out on some of the wildest drugs. And I've really seen what negativity is. But I also know that positivity brings light to that darkness. And just because people think I sit and spread positivity doesn't mean I can't be a quote unquote asshat, because I fucking will. People take kindness for weakness, and that's their biggest mistake. So get out there, friends. Don't be afraid of what the internet says. Do you have fun, and don't be afraid to call yourself exactly what you are. I am very proud of this community to which I am a part of. This community, this cannabis content creation community, is amazing. I think he actually has another response right after that says something along the lines of like, cannabis content is dead. And I actually totally disagree again. I disagree. I think smoking weed and doing 1 gram dabs with snot coming out your nose and filming yourself, those days are dead. Yeah, those days are dead. But what we're seeing now is a level of documentary, a level of photography and videography that we have never seen before. Have you tuned into a Homegrow TV episode? Have you turned into a Mr. Grow TV episode? Have you turned into an LMC video? Have you seen cannabis content? Have you seen what Dope Aziola is doing in podcast space right now? Cannabis content, in my opinion, is at the highest point it's ever been and continues to grow each and every single day, because the people that are in this space are constantly taking that bar and lifting it higher and lifting it higher and lifting it higher. So no, I don't think cannabis content's dead. I don't think it's gonna die. I think it's gonna evolve, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And the evolution of this content is why I'm still here. It's because there's been a shift away from not away, but no, let's not even say that. Just more content has been able to sprout. It's not anyone's shift in any one way. It's just that there's now more avenues of content to create. So I love this shit. I love this. I think he's wrong. I think when you look in a little box and you see just a couple things that look stale and old, you get a little demotivated. The reality is that the world is much bigger than that box, and it's as big as you want it to be. So that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. If you would like to add anything to that story, please feel free to hit me up at Twitter, X, at Pigeons420. You can find me there. I will respond to most. I don't follow everybody. People called me out for that, but I believe that I believe in creating a community. I believe that creating a community is far greater than just following for follow. You have to create content that inspires people to come to you. Don't expect the community to just create a community around you just because you're here and exist. No, you have to contribute. You have to be a part of the system to be a part of a community, right? So keep doing you, be excited about it, and don't let anyone bring you down. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. That's that story, ladies and gentlemen. I also had something I wanted to cover in regards to the beer industry. Who would have thought, huh? Beer industry group pushes tighter regulations for canna products as higher taxes are levied on alcohol. Go figure. A leading beer industry trade group has put out a statement of guiding principles to address what it calls the proliferation of largely unregulated intoxicating hemp and canna products. Warning of risks to consumers and communities resulting from THC consumption. Womp. Wah, wah. Among other recommendations, the Beer Institute advised in the new document that lawmakers take a zero-tolerance approach to THC and driving, a policy that could prevent casual cannabis consumers from ever being able to legally drive due to a long ban, my doorbell went off and I looked at it. Able to legally drive due to how long the drug's metabolites stay in the body after use, and keep in place the federal ban on combining intoxicating cannabinoids and alcohol. So this to me is absolutely not surprising at all to see a alcohol lobbyist group pushing for regulations against the canna community. This is kind of like the just keep dribbling you dribble the basketball kind of thing. It doesn't surprise me that, of course, an alcohol group would be pushing towards regulations for cannabis. They have ulterior motives, in my opinion. It's no-brainer that where legal, it's not a no-brainer, but it's been proven that where weed is legalized, alcohol consumption amongst adults is down. Alcohol companies are seeing a direct impact to their sales where weed is legal. So to see them pushing and kind of etching away at the rights of tokers isn't surprising to me, and we need to be very careful about that. I do not believe that alcohol and canna are similar when it comes to driving. I think there's a threshold, and of course, while there's a threshold with alcohol, in fact, here in Canada, I can go to a liquor store and get samples of alcohol just given to me while I'm in the store. I pull in, go in, ask to sample that and that. They'll give me samples, and then I can walk out. I'm not intoxicated, but I'm sure somebody could be intoxicated. So there is thresholds, and there's thresholds with weed as well. So not surprised. I think that's something to watch out for. So yeah, keep an eye open. Something else I think you should keep an eye out for: people abusing the tools to which they have available. And we saw an example of this. Liger420 posted a tweet. I never would have even have seen or known these people to begin with. However, he posted a tweet that he said wasn't even going to talk about this, but Cannabis and Coffee is encouraging his fans to report Yola for dangerous or harmful content, aka for being a WeedTuber. It says in the first picture, you click on the left picture there. It says, well, Yola is about to have a bad day. This is somebody else. Well, Yola's about to have a bad day now too. I went to his page and reported every one of his videos back to 5 months ago, and all started going on every one of his videos and report them as dangerous or harmful content. If he wants to play that game, let's play. I have plenty of free time on my hands that I don't mind investing into an asshole that needs to be removed from YouTube. Sorry this is happening to you, TJ. And then to which Coffee responds, you'd be surprised to see what was getting for $50 before, even better now. I struggle when people can't put full sentences together. Fuck, man. I'm not a content creator, I'm a hemp advocate. I had 256 subscribers when I made this purchase. This is not some creator versus bullshit. I'm here for one reason only, and that is to advocate hemp laws. I have done a lot of time in prison for cannabis, so hopefully you don't have to. Oh, that's admirable. He did time in prison, so I don't have to.
We don't have to.
Isn't
That's
that
nice.
Wow, what a guy. Oh, well, maybe my opinions have changed. At the end of the day, I am a grown man, born and raised in Memphis. Where I come from, men don't talk about each other like that unless they're prepared to stand on it. And so, I honestly don't even know who these people are. I honestly don't understand what this is about. What I really wanted to talk about was just the fact that people using the tools of reporting other videos for their own personal gain. My tweet to that was something along the lines of reporting people's video is like yelling "you suck" 20 feet away to a guy who's got 100 feet between you, or 100 people. It's a loser move, man. It's just, you're a pussy. I just don't understand why you have to use the terms of service as a weapon to prove your point. We don't have a very good stand over here on YouTube, and to have people actively doing that sucks. And let me tell you, yeah, people actively report shit. They do. That's the way they get it. These are the people living at their mom's house. They don't have a real job yet. They're probably eating Campbell's fucking chunky soup for breakfast, and they're just like struggling. And it's the best way that they can get real redemption for themselves is to shit on other people's parade. And these people exist. They do. And they're like, shut up, pigeons. And it hurts when I'm right. I know. I know it hurts. Like the hardest thing to take when a troll is trolling you is when they're right. Okay, I understand. It stings, but reporting people for their shit is stupid, man. Find a legitimate concern. Outdo somebody. If you're better than him, do better than him. Put the podcast on. Do a show. Make videos. Show your plants. You know, I can't count how many trolls on Instagram are like, oh, your plants look sick as fuck. And I look at their Instagram and I'm like, where's your plants? You know, I don't see anything here. You got nothing. What are you? You're a robot. Get out of here. So it's just one more thing that you got to deal with as a creator. But nonetheless, you can chalk this up to life. No matter what you're doing in life, there's always going to be people that want to see you fail. The higher you get up on that ladder, the more people that you're looking down on, unfortunately. And the thing is that there's more people looking up at you with resentment. They're envious, they're jealous, and they wish they could do it too. And I wish that they used half the amount of effort to troll us to do their own shit. Because it'd be crazy how much effort they could probably muster if they weren't trolling people on the internet. So needless to say, keep doing you. Don't fall for any kind of bullshit. There's something I've seen on the internet where it's like, millionaires will never criticize someone for starting a business. Athletes will never criticize somebody for starting to run. Business owners will never criticize somebody for starting. And it's like these kind of things, right? And it's like, you're only criticized people who can't. You're only criticized by people who can't do it, is what I feel like. Unless you're Boogie2988 or anyone along those lines who ask for it, FozyTube. Those kind of people ask for it. But the reality is that they're gonna keep trying to chop you down like a tree, but you're gonna stand tall. Okay? Keep that in mind. Good to see everybody in the chat. Just want to throw a link in the chat here for anybody who's watching. We are doing a giveaway. Yeah. Who would have thought? Yeah, we are. It's an intimate show here. We're doing, what is it, kitchen party vibes tonight, Mrs. P?
Yeah.
We're doing kitchen party vibes tonight, and that's okay because this kitchen party is lit as fuck, and we got quality guests coming up in just a couple minutes.
We probably have more people in the chat than were at that concert.
You're probably
not
right,
gonna
actually.
lie.
Yeah, you're actually right. Yeah, you're actually right. There's an opportunity to win a controller AI Plus from AC Infinity and a pack of Stash Blend compliments of myself and the boys from the Stash and Growers House. I didn't announce any kind of giveaway, and in fact, I'm going to be doing another giveaway next week. So the only way you're going to find out about this giveaway is by right now. I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to shout it out. Nope. You show up, you're a real one, and I appreciate you, and I'm going to try to make something happen. So shout out to you guys for pulling up. That's the link. You just got to follow me on Twitter, X. Some people are saying, can I follow you on Instagram? Unfortunately, with this program, it's just my Twitter. If you download it and whatever, and you delete it after, I don't care. You just got to have 2 points when you do it. Don't tell me, okay? Don't tell me. But you just got to follow me on Twitter, all right? In just a moment, we have the legendary Troy and Jerry from Troy and Jerry Think Dank, man. And I am totally stoked to have them on. As a matter of fact, I was on their show, I think it was last year, actually, now that I think about it. And man, it was such a great time. And I knew that we were going to have another conversation. Troy's been on From the Stash, and I just wanted to have the guys on because they're two great dudes doing their thing, and I'm really, really stoked about it. They are the two guys that probably know it all when it comes to vaporizing, and I want to talk about that, life, love, and everything in between. So before we do that, we do have, actually I'm going to have a rip first because I know those boys smoke a lot of weed, and we're going to have to try to keep up with them, all right? Those boys smoke a lot. They smoke a lot. C Bunny, good to see you in the chat, girl. Good to see you. On a roll. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Bear Grows, I see you in the chat. I see you here, man. What's up? What's up? Live, laugh, love. Yeah, I actually created that and sold that to Ellen DeGeneres. But no big deal. Cheers, guys. This one's for you, all right? All right. So make sure that you hit that link, okay, for the opportunity to win the AI controller, and the stash blend. You have to be present at the end of the show to win. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit greedy about it. We're gonna get to a wonderful interview, question folks, sit down session with our boys right after a moment after these messages.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear.
Hi, I'm Pigeons 420. Will you be an angel for an abused plant? Every day, innocent plants are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're calling for your help. Please visit stashblend.com today and join the nation in helping abused plants get an 8-ounce bag of Stash Blend. That's just $27.70 or 96 cents per day. You'll be helping rescue plants from their abusers and provide nutrition, beneficial bacteria, mycorrhizae, and love. You'll help rescue plants from their abusers. Call or join now, and you'll receive a welcome kit of a photo of a dude impacted by your decision. Order now and change a life. Boom! There we go. Just getting things set up for us and the boys. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we've got ourselves a great conversation with Troy and Jerry from Troy and Jerry Think Dank. Let's go.
Come on and lift your glass. You've won your own free pass to be our guest. If you're stressed, it's fine dining we suggest. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
And the beer is free. Yeah, only in some occasions. Depends on who you are. Boys, thank you for joining me. Here we are live. We got Troy and Jerry from Troy and Jerry Think Dank. Thank you, boys, for joining me. How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having us. Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes. Thank you for making the people realize we didn't pre-record this on Monday. You guys are awesome.
True. There's your date stamp for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys for being here, man. This is the first time that I've had you guys on the show, and the second time I've ever had two people on at once. So throwing a left curve to everybody. Troy, Jerry, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you, man. It's a pleasure to be here, man. Appreciate you coming over. It's good to see you again since the last time when we had you on our stream. So yeah, thanks, man. I'm excited. This is fun. I'm looking at it on YouTube with the TV, with the two of us on your TV. It's pretty crazy.
Pretty sweet, eh? Pretty sweet. I never saw the show, but people used to say it reminds them of Space Coast Ghost to Coast. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Are you?
I don't think I can say that.
It's like an old school animated cartoon, or it's like a cartoon talk show, and it was like they'd have the people. It was animated, but they'd have the live people on the TV. I had no idea it existed, and then Rob brought it up to me, and then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I see it now. Oh, what do you got there? You got a little secondary cam.
No, that's yours.
Oh, that's me. Oh, that's my bad.
Why did yours turn on?
That's my bad. That's my ashtray.
I didn't do it, man. I didn't do it.
I was like, oh, what are you showing me? What are you showing me?
I thought I did that.
Oh, man. So real quick, we'll start with Jerry. You've been in the space for a really long time, man. You've been around from corners of the internet. If anybody didn't know, elevator pitch, who are you, where are you from, and what do you do?
Oh, wow, thanks. Well, I've just, like you said, been around the vape industry for a long time, whether it was on the forums or selling vapes on the side or consulting the industry in general. But for the most part, Planet of the Vapes, curating their catalog and getting their content out there. And then for the last 5 years, adjunct to that, rolling with my boy Troy here on Friday nights. We were out there almost every Friday night, vaping, hitting new vapes. It's a blast, man. We have a great time.
Vaping in the free time, man. That's pretty awesome, man. And I was doing a little bit of reading before the show, and I was doing your about page, and you spent some time on the forums before this, yes?
Yeah. Started well. I mean, Reddit is huge right now, and that's kind of where most people gravitate for information about everything. It seems like. But there's a site called Fuck Combustion that's only about dryer vaporizers. And I was there from the beginning of that, both in the membership and then also as a moderator way back in like 2008, I think is when I joined that stuff and started learning about vapes and contributing and building the community. And then, yeah, that's pretty much where that I really like, that was my home, that forum. After, once I got into the industry, I had to pull away from managing that forum because of potential conflicts. And so I don't spend time there like I used to. When I go there, it feels like old times, though. It's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I get it. I've tried to run, manage, assist multiple online communities, and it can be a task. It can be a task, especially if you're doing the moderating. And it kind of, if I may, I'll speak for myself. It's actually the inside scoop that takes away the passion of the outside stuff. It's like when you're a user and like a participant, it's really, really fun and exciting. But then you get to the behind the scenes, and then it's real quick, it burns out when you kind of see how the way things run, the program, like everything, the community. It's just that's how I felt, anyways. And I've been
It's
a part
fatiguing.
of
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah, I get that.
What?
Yeah, I imagine probably more in the bigger ones too. I mean, like I said, I was there from the beginning, so it was always real small and tight knit. So I think my experience is probably a bit of an anomaly because that community did grow and I did get to see it go. But no, you're right, man. I mean, it's a grind, and there's always people who think that things are heading south in every community, and they kind of come up and down and all that kind of stuff. So uh, they can be tough, man. But overall, the dryer vape community, in my opinion, is a fantastic one on the web. There's little pockets of people that get upset about stuff like everywhere, but for the most part, everybody's incredibly helpful, really knowledgeable, and just a lot of fun to hang out with. And I've met a lot of virtual friends through this community, and I'm honored to be a part of it, honestly.
I love to hear it, and that's how I feel too about this cannabis space. At least the community that I've been exposed to, pretty overwhelmingly positive. Troy, brother, keep it quiet over there, my man. That soothing voice of yours, man. A little bit about you. Where are you from? What do you do?
I'm from-
And I can't ask another question. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
Well, I'm from Illinois, and I started getting into weed vapes when I moved to California, where I could get into the medical program, and I started reviewing vapes as a hobby in like 2014. And in 2017, I actually quit my job to do it full time. And then like the very next year, I got deleted from YouTube for the first time, and then I got deleted again in like 2020. And yeah, I've been flapping my wings ever since. So we started this modern cannabis podcast kind of group thing, probably back in 2019, Jerry, 2018, I forget when. But
Yeah, well, you and I have been at it 5 years, and then 2 more years before that. So 7 years, 2017, we started that stuff. I guess.
yeah, so Jerry and I are both passionate about spreading vaporizer awareness, kind of like vape evangelists, if you will. We're always trying to share our vapes. And we wanted to create a project together that was going beyond just reviewing vaporizers and explaining vaporizers and talking about life topics and other things other than vapes, other weed news and other things that could potentially expose vaporizers to people that would be interested in them if they knew that they existed. So that was kind of how Jerry and I came together, making content.
That's okay. It's crazy to me that vaporizers existed that early. 2007, you were using vaporizers?
Or
Well,
that
before
Jerry
that.
was.
Even before
Well,
that.
that's when I
Oh,
started, but before, well, that's when I started was '07. But no, there's some vapes that I was using in like around 2010 that have been out since 2000, even in the late 90s. The Riptech Heat one, the Volcano was what 2000ish or 99, Troy? I forget which year
Yeah,
exactly,
there's
but
vapes that date way back to the 70s, even. I mean, and even like vaping hash has been around for centuries.
true, true.
okay.
A
All right.
lot
You
of
blew my mind.
electronic stuff.
Okay. I was literally thinking about that. I was like, okay, am I really that ignorant that I didn't know that vaping's been around for centuries? I I had no idea.
I mean, it's a thing. It's its own thing. And when I first started vaping, I mean, I started using cannabis in California for medical reasons, and my doctor told me to look for sativas, and she told me to look for certain strains. And when I went looking for vapes because I didn't want to smoke, basically the vape selection were carts. And back in 2013, they had like three. It was like indica, hybrid, and sativa. I'm like, yeah, my doctor told me to look for like Blue Dream and Green Crack. And they're like, oh, she's like, if you want individual strains, you got to buy flower. And I'm like, well, shit, I don't want to smoke. I want to vape. And that's how I discovered dry herb vapes.
Gee. Okay. All right. That's pretty. That's even early than I'd imagine.
That's why.
And I'm assuming the thing that brought you towards vaping, both of you, is the healthiness of it. Like just the fact of not like obviously combustion, or I shouldn't say obviously, but I know that combustion is going to be bad for you no matter what. And we love this plant. However, the negativity of it is the impact on the lungs. Is it the health reasons that drew you guys towards vaporizing?
I mean, for me, it was probably like a little three-way, little cannabis three-way going on. The health was a part of it, but probably not the biggest. The smell was one of the bigger ones, like the smell of weed smoke on clothes and stuff, even cigarette smoke. Like when it's stale, it drives me, it kind of gives me the ickies. Like I don't like smelling stale smoke on anything. But for me, the biggest driver was when I learned how much more efficient and effective it was. Like when you see the science comparing combustion and vaporization, where combustion is destroying like I think it's like 76%. Like when they did the math, like examining smoke, it's only like 26% THC and cannabinoids. Like the other 74% is just like done. But with the vape, you can extract all of it and you're not letting anything go to waste. And that for me, that tickles my obsessive compulsive autistic side. And it's like, yeah, I want all of the good shit. I don't want anything going to waste.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. And Jerry, what about you?
First and foremost, it was what you said, my lungs. It was early 2000s, and I was kind of coming back to cannabis and realized that it was going to be a part of my life. And at that point, when I decided that okay, this is going to be a regular for me, I didn't want to smoke it, and I didn't even know what the options were. But it was just about that time as things line up for you, that I ran into somebody with a volcano, and I was like, I gotta have that. And that was late '07, and that's when the search started in '08. So it started there. Then, like Troy said, I started using half as much, so I was saving money immediately. Um, and then I'm a bit of a geek and a nerd, so the things really intrigued me, and I wanted to know everything about them. And then there weren't many out there, so I could very easily get to know everything about every one of them because only six, or whatever was that
Yeah.
anybody could really access at the time. And it was always fun for me that way. But then, yeah, the efficiencies are amazing. The taste, the flavor is, I mean, if for those of you who have only smoked your flower, you must come to vape with us and try. You're going to be amazed at the flavor. It's gonna be
Try
amazing.
something new too. Like don't rely on vape knowledge from vapes that you tried even 5 years ago. Vape technology has drastically changed.
You 100%. I totally agree. I'm using like aside from which I have, Mrs. P, my glass, please.
I'm on it.
Hey, where is your screwball?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's right here. It's right here, and I didn't want to dirty it before I got to sit with the guys. I've the frozen one, the big one, the big one. Yeah. That one. Thank you. Yeah. So I've got my freeze pipe here, my bong here that I just so had tucked away so conveniently. And I got the screwball. And one thing that I think is slept on. Ooh, that's not the one. Mrs. P's trying to dial in my audio. I'm a little bit quieter than you guys, so she's trying to balance me. It's all me. It's not you guys. Don't worry about it. But the one thing that I think is slept on when it comes to these is the fact that the cleanability, man. Nobody told me that I would never have to clean my bong after I got a vaporizer. Okay, hold on. I know, a little bit facetious, a little bit exaggerative. However, when I have it is night and day. If I have a rip from my bong from just flour going through there, combustion versus through this, it took me rips to even have residue. The first thing that even gave residue was the glass that had the bowl on it.
Right.
And then other than that, like honestly, I shouldn't say no, but there was like almost no residue. And then just throw it in some ISO and give her a little shake and bro, that it's slept on how long you can use your piece without it getting dirty, because I'm an avid bong user and I'm telling you, within 3 to 5 rips, and I'm ripping off of my rips. This thing's quite resinous. So
How many days do you go in between cleaning now?
Well, I'm still a nerd and I still clean damn near every day, but I just mean like it's not nearly as difficult. It's not nearly as difficult. That's the biggest thing. That's what I appreciate the most.
Yeah. I just use a isopropyl spray bottle. I don't use salt anymore. I just go in and I dump the water, spray alcohol, like 2 or 3 pumps of alcohol, just run it under hot water just from the outside to heat the glass up while making the alcohol touch all of the inner surfaces, and then I rinse it out and it's like brand new again, like just once a day.
That's it. I don't use anything.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, I don't use anything but ISO. Nothing but ISO.
Those of us that are a little lazier and do take advantage of how little you need to clean with a vaporizer, pretty much don't like to come out because we're usually persecuted. Like I will go a long time without cleaning my glass, like probably a week, easily.
That's fair.
And
Yeah.
I use so much glass, different stuff all the time that it can take one piece a while to get anywhere anyhow. But anyhow, no, you're right, man. It's totally different. And you can get it like new so much easier. It's easier to clean. It gets back new easier. You don't have to use any of that scrub stuff, to get all the soot off. There is no soot. So
yeah. It's slept on. That was one of those things that I just honestly had no idea. And then I was like, what? Because like dirty bongs is just a thing. It's just a thing. But yeah, so I slept on, and I had to mention that because it definitely went around. What are you smoking on? What kind of what do you got for flavor?
I've got Mint Stomper right now that I'm really enjoying. It's some of the best looking stuff that I have that's not Snow Till on my desk right now. So it tastes, I get minty and gas on the flavor, both in the smell and the flavor. Some sweet comes in a little later on. It's fantastic. I love it. So I don't know if this will show up for you or not. Usually it doesn't for me. I'll be able to see, but it's
That's okay. Yeah. It looks decent.
it's
See, and if you're vaping,
are we showing nugs on this thing? Are we?
We are.
showing
Yeah,
nugs
this
on
is
channel?
this is tea, baby. Yeah, we're on tea. Yep. Welcome to tea.
I know it's on YouTube, and you were trying to not fuck with the algorithm and shit. So.
No, yeah, that ain't this show. Nope. But that looks
Right, okay,
beautiful.
okay.
And you didn't grow that, did you? Or you did?
No, sir. I don't grow here in Florida.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't have to ask why. That makes sense. Well, if you've got a source like that, that's pretty impressive. I wouldn't, yeah, I'm not too disappointed. And if, like I said, you're vaping, so you're getting flavors off that. So if you weren't getting flavors, you wouldn't be smoking that. What are you smoking, Troy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have some Snowtill Pie Scream. This is the grower and the strain that won the gold medal award in the California State Fair this year.
Get out.
It's my favorite. Like when Jerry and I went to this Stores and Bickle launch party, I don't remember when it was. They flew in this Snowtill guy. When was it?
It was exactly 1 year ago.
1 year ago. They flew in this, or they brought in this Snowtill guy to supply weed for the whole party. And this Pie Scream, this Snowtill guys was the by far the best shit I ever vaped, at least in the last year or so. And man, I'm so in love with it.
Yes.
I love grapes, and this just brings it. Grapey,
good.
Heaven.
It feels so good to have good weed, man. I know what it's like. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's like I've had my own harvests where it's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get through this. But then it's like right now, I got shitty weed, but I cannot wait for my gardens to finish up where I can have some dope, some dank. Okay, so how hot you boys running right now? I'm at 500s.
Wow.
At 550.
So I'm running at 620, but I'm running a cordless ball vape, and I'm running a vape that doesn't quite sit in the coil super efficiently. So I don't think 620 is an accurate representation of anything.
Okay.
I'm cordless as well. I would be lower if I was corded. I'd probably be about 490 if I was corded, but I'm at 550 on the wireless.
Okay, so I am. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, cordless. So I am corded then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And you think? Okay, so cord.
In a hot hole.
You think I'd be closer to 5? I should run it closer to 5 because I'm corded. Is that what you're saying?
No, you've had that thing for a while. You've probably found your sweet spot. Keep it up, man.
I have. Okay, good, because I do like where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, have you tried it at different temps?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. We tried it when we were with you, but I've got friends that are up, down. I'm like, man, do you want to taste? I'm like, do you want to taste this? Because I worked really hard on this, and you know that's when I'll be like, okay, try. Let me give you a little something low. You know, right around the 500, to be honest with you. And man, they enjoy it. They sure. And so I'm like, this is where I'm going to take it.
What I like telling people is keep turning it up until your hit completely extracts the bowl. And if you can't get it there, use less weed. Like you don't have to pack a giant full bowl. Surprisingly, like this bowl that I'm using now is only holding like 0.1. Like it's a really small little hole there.
Yeah.
And I'm crushing it in one hit, and I'm getting like the perfect level of satisfaction that doesn't make me cough my tits off.
Yes.
And that's
huge.
The perfect balance.
Also, another thing, please do. I'm just packing. Okay, hold on a second. Since you asked, since you haven't, I'm just packing mine right now. We got to do it together.
We almost inhale and exhale at the same time.
Yeah. One thing I also really enjoy is the little shovel that came with this thing. The little metal shovel works great for my. I call them crystals. You know, my THC.
Oh, far out. Yeah.
Scoop life.
Yeah, scoop life. Gets in all the
Once
crevices.
you go scoop, you don't go.
You don't go back. That you're full scoop. I'm full scoop. Okay. Sure. All right, boys. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Cheers. And you can dial it way down if you want to fuck with flavor though. I had one of my ball vapes today down to about 390 on when I normally run it at I'm usually low temping at 490. So to get down to 390, there was not a whole lot of visible vapor for a while, but the flavor
Right,
was,
but you were
was
tasting.
that's what I was looking for because some of that gets lost in a ball vape, but it's down there if you go digging for it.
Right. Right. I'm cooked. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And yes, I totally agree with what you said, Troy, in regards to get it all to not combust, but what'd you say?
One hit extraction.
She
She gone.
girl. We do all our own stunts here, as my good friend ROBCLTV would say. Yeah, that's one hit. She's all gone. Yeah, that's a people underestimate really. Or sorry, I shouldn't say people. I really underestimated the power of these things until I tried the Volcano. I know you guys are familiar with the Volcano. That's this piece. This thing has been on set ever since the original days, but this thing hit like a freight train for me back in the day. And I wasn't a huge fan of the bag itself because the bag made a lot of noise and it got resined and it was really just distracting. But the hose was the sweet. I really enjoyed it.
Hose. Yeah.
That got me. That was really good. You both used the Vapor or the Volcano, I'm assuming?
No, not really. The Volcano is one of those vapes that it's fun to pull out at a party and fun to share. It's an iconic vape. Everybody knows the Volcano. It's fun like that. But the Volcano holds like a gram.
Fucking
It's got this
huge.
giant bowl, and it takes like a whole bunch of huffs to get it down. So, what's interesting about like the vape you're using now, that screwball is it's 1/10 of the bowl size, and you're taking it down. You're crushing it in like one or two really good hits.
Yeah.
Instead of like 3 really nice fluffy bag hits and then 3 okay kind of bag hits and then 2 kind of really shitty dry scratchy finish that goddamn bag hits. It's just a more
Practical?
precise experience.
Yeah,
Rather than taking I think a lot of vapes started with the smoking experience in mind. They're like, well, when you smoke, you're smoking a gram. You roll a joint, it's a gram, right? So, what vapor you're gonna start with a gram? You don't need to. You don't need to once the heater is super effective and super precise and super a lot of high calorie. These high calorie heaters is what Jerry calls them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Back in the early 2000s, it was all those really big bowl vapes that were desktops back in the day, and then we were going after small bowls with all these portables, and now the portables are swinging around and have big bowls again. So it's kind of funny how it kind of goes around there. For me, the Volcano was what that first hit was. That first vape I ever hit was a Volcano, and I was hooked. So I know what it's like to kind of hit that for the first time and go, whoa, that was awesome. Um, in terms of personal use with the thing, I don't use it at my desk or anything. I have these kind of vapes that we're hitting tonight.
Yeah.
The one time that it really shined for me was when we needed real medicinal needs here at the house. We had about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. We were really actually treating some serious inflammation, and that was the best relief. And the Volcano was great. I could leave it on all day. I could have vapor ready in instant. I could deliver it to the patient immediately. I didn't have to, I didn't have to try to wag her over there. I could bring it to her as a deliverable. You know what I'm saying? It was consistent, and I could easily, if it was too much next time, dial it down and know I was going to get something that was dialed down. It's a very accurate machine. So I really respect the medicinal qualities of that vape when they came into play in my household.
That's fair. That's fair. 100%. You kind of. I'm still recovering. I took damage, as Jerry would say. I took damage on that last one. I I actually really enjoy the Mighty. That's actually my go-to for handheld vaporizers. I know there are probably better ones, but when you're stuck in your habits and it works. I love it. What do you guys use for on the go? Or do you on the go? Oh wait, I know you on the go actually, because yeah, we might have run across each other in LA. But what do you do for on the go, Troy?
I use the newer version of the bigger brother of the Mighty. You can barely see it over here to my side. It's called the Venti.
Oh, can't see it. Zoom out a little more. They can see it on your screen, but I got you zoomed in just a little bit. One more. There? Yes, I think I got it right there. Yep.
I can grab it, but
No, I think I got it right there.
I'm not wearing any pants.
Bro, it's the story of my life, man. It's all right. Here,
I got
Mrs.
mine
P's
right
got you
here.
right there. There we go.
Oh yeah, Jerry.
Oh, Jerry's got his too. Oh, okay.
We do this all the time.
There we go. Yeah, you got Mrs. P working for her wages too, which is great. Yeah, Jerry's there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you have yours on the stand right now? Is that what it was, Troy?
Mine's in a case and it's on a shelf.
Oh, so it's just sitting on the shelf. Oh, okay, in a case. Okay, I saw you guys did a review on this.
It's a beautiful vape, man. This is the Cadillac of portable vaporizers. It's so wide open and easy to inhale. It's very similar to your Mighty, but you know how your Mighty has a little bit of like kind of milkshake restriction going to it?
Oh, yeah.
Inhaling through the Venti is like a boba straw, like just like breathing through a boba straw. Like,
Right.
It's just wide open and
Right.
Beautiful, luscious, fluffy vapor.
Okay.
It's an amazing portable.
I'm literally thinking, like, how the hell can I get more? You know, it was a little restricted, but man, it just gives off clouds. That's really nice. Okay, so yeah, okay. I personally enjoy the handheld feel of that one. It's much smaller than the Mighty. My Mighty stays in the breast pocket of my. I do the most traveling in the winter, so it stays in the the breast pocket of my winter jacket, and yeah, I love it. But yeah, the overall size of it is quite large,
This one's the same height, a little deeper, but nowhere near as wide, so it fits a little better in your pocket. But
And yeah, how much is
Mighty
a hold?
was
How much is a
the
hold?
Mighty was Troy's vape for years, like that. So he's with you on the Mighty. The bowl's the same size. It's the same bowl on all those portables.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Here's mine.
There's
Oh, you
there's
got a
Troy's with
case?
the case.
Oh, we're gonna make that big. Oh,
Let me zoom in on that.
that's huge. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So
That's really
so the
nice.
case is offered through Venti itself, or is it third party?
The case is made by this guy on Instagram, Saidhead.
Said head. Okay. That is beautiful.
Yeah, and he makes similar cases for a bunch of other vaporizers as well. So cool shit.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Wow. I'm enamored at the beauty of that one. Because mine I pull out in public all the time, and it's yeah, it's a little hard. Like, people are like, "What is that thing?" I'm like, it's a vaporizer. It's huge. I get it. Yeah, it's always like people are commenting on how big it is, and it does sag my pocket a little bit. So I definitely need to get something like that.
Are we still talking about the vape, or what are we talking about now?
Yeah, it was the case more than anything. That case had me enamored.
You want to see a case? Let me show you my other case.
Oh, what do you got? Okay, I didn't even think about cases, bro. Putting a case on a vape, I didn't even think about this stuff. Okay, so
Right.
when he disappeared, he tripped me out with that fucking chair, man.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I fall for it every time, man. And I know this. I know this.
He tripped me out, man. Man, I tuned into your live streams on Twitch, because you guys are live on Twitch quite often. Because I fuck with Troy and Jerry. Oh, what? Okay, we'll get into that in a sec. What's this? Go ahead.
Oh, he's got that one. Nice.
Oh,
wow.
is
That's
that
a different
handmade?
vape. That's a tiny mic too, but it's another case. It's a beautiful case. This case.
Yeah,
is
it's
amazing.
handmade, and it's like sea snake skin and stingray skin and some other
Sting.
lamb skin. I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
killed
bunch
it
of
and slapped it
exotic
on there.
leathers.
I love it. That's sweet. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, I had no idea cases for vaporizers existed. And of course they need to exist, because they need to look They need to look up they need to fit in, man. They need to fit in. Totally. It's just the way it is. I would like a piece that kind of says something. I'm always the kind of guy that likes a conversation piece. Someone's gonna be like, oh, what is that?
It's a beautiful vape anyway.
What was the name of the case? The guy on Instagram again? Said Head? The guy who made the first case. Said Head?
The first case is Said Head.
S-E-D-H-E-D?
Yeah, SEDHED.
I think Mrs. P's trying to find the link.
I think it's like saidhead.studios on Instagram. And then the second one, Jerry probably remembers. This is like a. Remember this guy? I'm too high right now.
Who made it? It was somebody on Instagram.
Yeah, there's like two dudes from Thailand.
Bro, don't feel
bad.
I feel so
I
bad.
remember which one this one was.
I've got some beautiful artwork, and from artists that made these things for me, and they didn't put their name on them.
Same.
Oh no.
Yeah, or at least they signed it, but I don't know how to read it, and so I forgot. So if anyone is watching this and they
Steve Martin.
that one and I think that's it. I know where the other ones are from, but yeah, I was gonna say I fuck with Troy and Jerry. You guys have, in my opinion, the #1 vape podcast in the world. And man, you guys are so well versed in your craft that listening to you two talk about vaporizers is like a gospel. It's so easy to just get sucked right in. And you guys have quite a community, because I'm not sure. I know I mentioned this to you before. I think I mentioned this to you, that my brother, or sorry, my uncle-in-law actually fucked with you guys before I had any idea who you were. He's like, he says that he's in your chat all the time, and he mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, I got them on coming up on the podcast or from the stash, and he's like, no way. And it was Uncle Mark. He actually made a few mentions in the podcast for our Canadian trip, because he brought a bunch of stuff over and we tried it. He loves vaporizers. He was introducing me to ball vapes, like probably when ball vapes were becoming cool. Well, I shouldn't say that, but he was talking about them for a while. He says one of his biggest critiques about not you guys in particular, but what he enjoys about you guys, but what his biggest critique about trying to get honest reviews about vaporizers is that nobody speaks bad about them. Everybody says positive. And it's not necessarily, and so I said, and this was my response to him, I said, well, it's not necessarily that everything's always positive, but it's, when someone sends you something, you're not always looking for the negativity in it. You're looking for the positives. But I kind of understood where he was coming from, because getting honest reviews. But what I was going to say is that you guys, I feel, give an honest review of your products in and out, because you use them so often.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a process when it comes to checking out vapes and how long you use them and test them?
That's something I'm always working on. But we even have a process for our sponsorships, where we basically we figure out what we like first, and then we ask them to sponsor us. And when we even do that, we tell them that since our show is trying to be objective and we're trying to provide like unbiased comparisons and reviews, when we take money from somebody, we're probably going to scrutinize that brand even more, just as by the nature of like making sure that we're
honest,
being balanced, So yeah, like we were sponsored by like Dynavap for a number of years, and damn, we talked a lot of Dynavap shit and continued to take money from them, and never use their vapes.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, we have a reputation for talking a lot of shit.
Good.
Being honest.
Good.
Was that medical mark, by the way?
Is that medical mark, by the way?
You were talking about.
Maybe.
Your uncle Mark?
It very well could be. I'm not sure what his moniker is. I'm not sure like where it could be on Twitch. I have no idea. No idea. You ask him, or he's probably mentioned. I don't know. I'm sure you get a bunch of people mention all kinds of shit, but yeah, he'll mention it. I'm gonna tell him that I brought it up, and he's gonna mention it next time. I agree with you. I also have the same stance, and when it comes to sponsors, the thing is like, I look at it like this. No, I'm not here. First of all, I'm sure I can speak for the three of us when I say that. I'm not here to fluff. I'm not here to make anyone happy when it comes to like particularly reviews of products, and more critically my sponsors, because as you said, these are people that I am actively working with. I am partnered with these people. My people associate Spider Farmer and pigeons immediately. Immediately. They go hand in hand. So I have an obligation to them to give them the most critical, crucial, honest advice as possible so that they can fix whatever problem they have and make it better. Because it's only going to make us all look better. If I sit and fluff people up, it's like, it's not going to do anyone any good, right? And then more honestly, nobody's going to listen to me if I do have something to sell. So being honest is critical. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when I first started making videos, like way back in 2015, 2016 is when I first started showing my face and talking. I went to the trade shows and started meeting some of these vape manufacturers, and all the vapes were Chinese made, and in China they don't have weed, so their engineers can't test the vapes with weed, so they're relying on videos for feedback. Their engineers are watching all of the video reviews and saying, "Oh, this is how we're going to improve this vape," and all the vape companies just loved me. Like they were like, "Your videos are so thorough. You're the only one that's like showing how to actually use the product and explaining the experience and showing what's wrong with it." And yeah, these companies were relying on my videos for free to figure out how to improve like their lines of vaporizers. Blew my mind.
You know, actually, I didn't even consider that. Sorry, Jerry, you wanted to add to that? I didn't even consider the Chinese aspect where they can't even test their products legitimately. Sorry, Jerry, you want to add to that?
I was just saying that's funny. I was gonna say that when I test a vape, I mean, there's things I do for it when I'm testing it professionally, like I'll put it through a certain regimen for battery testing and things like that. But when I'm testing a vape for myself or anecdotally or as part of my other process, the first thing I try to do is I try to approach it like, okay, what can this product teach me about vaporizing? There's probably a team of engineers and people with their dreams and hopes on it, and they put a lot into it, and they're trying to present something. And so I go through it, man. Like I try to figure out how to use it first. Like this is if I wasn't in on an early testing scene on it, because Troy and I come from them differently, which is really fun how we go about it. But anyhow, I try to do that, and then after that, I get kind of critical on the vape, and then when I try to think about how am I going to present this to people, I try to think about, okay, what are the strengths and weaknesses of this vape, regardless of my opinion of the vape, because there are some excellent vapes that I don't use. You know, I just don't have time for everything, and typically, if there'll be one vape that rules my time when it is just for me, and the rest of the time is all the testing that I do with different stuff. So for me, testing takes in that kind of a flavor, but yeah. So then I try to figure out, okay, how can I present it and who it's for? Like that's something that Planet of the Vapes really is part of their voice that I figured, you know, I worked with them on crafting that voice, and the two questions they always try to answer is who's it for and who's it's not for. And so I try to, as I present it, think of it in those terms and how can I get this product into the right people, regardless of whether I personally would use it much, unless it sucks.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I totally get the same thing. I have so many pieces of garden equipment, and I've got a boneyard of equipment. It's just simply either A, I can't use it, didn't use it, won't use it. And it's not that it's no good. It's just unfortunately I don't have the space, and it's just it is what it is. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. When you guys are first of all, I want to compliment you on your showmanship, your production. You have you have like a series that you play. Oh man, I actually just thought of this. Can you remind me of the series name that you guys play? I was in it. Blunt Robert was in it as well.
The Search for Planet of the Vapes.
That's what it is. Search. Oh my God. I absolutely love the story. I love it. It's so unique. You obviously it's not for everyone, but that's what I love about it. That's what I love about it because it's just unique. It's so cool. And for people that don't know, Troy and Jerry have a series on YouTube where they're searching for the planet of the vapes. It's had a ton of wicked cameos and appearances from people all over the space. And I show Mrs. P's like, oh, that was them? Yeah, that was
I loved that.
yeah, that was you guys. I love your showmanship and I love the production of the show. I love the intro. Do you fuck with Troy and Jerry? Of course, I have no beat because I'm a white man. But how does it feel to or not more so how does it feel, but what does it take to kind of run the live stream, run the show, keep things interesting and animated? Jerry, I'll start with you.
Excuse me, the right people, really. So much of that is credit to Emily, our producer, for the last almost a year, and he was the creative behind the Planet of the Vapes, and pulling all the levers as well. So it's really about having the right people, and then then being able to execute that. Like Planet of the Vapes has sponsored the show, and so they, we use their funds to go ahead and get him to do that kind of thing. So, things kind of have to line up, but it takes the right people and then, some kind of resource for it pretty much. But it was great. It was so much fun doing that. Then it takes guests like you guys to come on and be a part of that. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. Troy, I'm assuming you agree?
Oh, totally. It was such a fun trip. I remember when Emily had the idea, he's like, I want to do this little, like, kind of Star Trek kind of thing, and he did the pilot episode, and I'm like, oh man, we can take this a lot of places. And when we first aired the episode, I don't take like a lot of the feedback and the chat and the comments seriously, because I know how like the negative bandwagon and the positive bandwagon and shit can be, but those little animations drew certain like radical reactions from the people that didn't like them. Like there was a few people that were like, oh, I love these things, and then like a few people that were like, I hate these things so much that I'm not even gonna watch your show anymore. Like, get me out of here. Like, and I loved that. I love that. People
Good.
were so triggered by it. I'm
Good.
like, people need to explore that.
Yes. Yes. I love that attitude. Jerry, sorry, were you gonna say something? I'm really good at interrupting.
No, I was just saying, I'm good at commenting. I said right on.
Good. That's perfect. I personally, I never really have any real direction of conversation ever. It's like I really just want this to be I study and I read a few things and watch a few things, but I really just want this to be a general conversation, and I'm really good at just never stopping talking. And when I'm live, if I feel that there's a half a second of dead space of air, I squash that faster than a fly in the summertime, bro. It's like I'm not gonna. Rob and I have the same problem, and that's why we have a hard. Or I can't say. I shouldn't say we can't. We have a hard time hosting with other people. That's why there's a hashtag out there, hashtag Let Chris Speak, because he'll wait for like a moment to speak, but Chris or Rob and I don't give moments. No, it's a lateral, and then it's either there or it's not, But
I can fill the space. Like I stream on my own sometimes at Planet of the Vapes, and I can chat the whole fucking time.
I
But
know.
when I get with Troy, um, we'll have some dead spaces on purpose, like when we hit bongs together and shit like that. But Troy and I have always had a real good natural back and forth, and I haven't really understood it except that Troy was when he described it to me once. He kind of mentioned that we both trust and know that we can let the other person run with something and they will give it back. Like we don't have to cut them off or jump in or anything like that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of times where I've straight up like just gotten too goddamn high to like do my part of the show, and Jerry will fill in 10, 15 minutes explaining the vape and progressing the show, and I'll come back and all right, let's compare the next thing.
Yeah.
Second win, Troy.
There's a reason you guys last on the internet this long together, is that you guys bounce off each other, man. In the time frame that you have been together, it's not hard to see that the amount of people that have come and gone before you or throughout the time, right? Because it's like I know of people in my space that didn't make it 2 episodes in a show and they clashed, and that did not make it. So you have to be able to bounce on each other if you're going to be this many years. Forget about the show. Think Dank. How long has it's been? A couple year? How long has Think Dank?
4
been?
years.
Four.
For
Four.
Think
You
Tank,
did say
and
that.
then we did Modern Cannabis for like 2 years before that.
I think we're in our 5th year. Is that right? Or I don't know. I thought 5 was in there, but yeah, it's 4 or 5 years for us, and two before that with the modern cannabis. So.
What was? I'm sorry. What was Modern Cannabis? I'm not familiar.
That was a threesome. We had another dude. It was supposed to be a foursome, but the fourth guy didn't want to do it at the last minute. Yeah, it was Jerry and I and a guy named Austin Simrell, and yeah, he was a stem maker, like an accessory maker, a vape maker, at the time. And as the show, as we realized that we're always going to be talking about vapes, like the conversation naturally gravitates towards vapes. Our show was about vapes. Having a brand who sells vapes as part of the threesome makes it kind of awkward to talk about vape.
Yeah. I get it. And then evolution of content too, man. It's like as more and more brands become available or aware and in the space, and competitors are there, and the technology gets better, and it's just it's ever moving. One thing I'm pretty sure I had a question or something back there, but I segued left when we should have went right. So I'm just gonna move on. And I'm gonna go back to what you said about dealing with negativity on the internet. Do you guys? It's kind of a stupid question, but do you deal with much shit?
Yeah.
I remember what it was now, but
I do.
Answer that question. I'll come back. Yeah, you do.
I don't know if Jerry does, but yeah, I've been an internet dude for a long time. Like, I was an internet engineer, so I've always been in the forums and on the different platforms, communicating with whatever enthusiast interest I was involved with, whether it was barbecue or radio control stuff or computer stuff. So yeah, I've always been around the toxic internet stuff. But as a creator, yeah, man, there's yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier. There's people that just don't want to see other people succeed. I don't know if it's like a zero-sum game thing where if they think by knocking somebody else down, it makes them taller. Life doesn't work that way, pal. Like you're the same you're still fucking 5'4". You know.
I honestly, it's like I could always talk about myself. Jerry, what do you think? Do you deal with much negativity?
I dealt with it mostly in the early days on the forum, when you just get all types and shit like that. not real like in the Troy and Jerry sphere. No, like I mean, I read everything. I read all the YouTube comments, and there's very little there that's of concern. Um, I every now and then it comes through, and I'm fine with it. You know, I'm happy when people shit on things, man. It's like if we're not pissing people off, then we're not reaching enough people, and we have a message we're trying to get out. You know what I mean? So I mean, I want to see some pissed off people. That would let me know we're getting somewhere with this thing. But um, no, I don't really. I don't care. I don't care at all
We're,
what is said. I expect every perspective possible. So I'm not going to be surprised with something that somebody posts.
we're in a space where we're comparing a bunch of products and trying to share our opinions while also providing as much objective information as we can about the products. And then it's inevitable that there will be people that really, really like this product. And when we say something about it that doesn't present it in the same exact that they feel about that product, they get mad. Like there's emotions about it, and they come up with reasonings, and it's weird sometimes. It's muddy, fatiguing is the word you used earlier. It's like it's tiring, tiresome.
My next question is how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it?
I meditate. I try to meditate. I try to go outside and disconnect, listen to the nature, and count as many breaths as I can without letting my thoughts intrude.
Spend a lot of time in nature?
Not enough.
No? Yeah, I think that's the case
Probably
for a lot
about
of
10
us.
minutes a day.
Yeah,
That's more than a lot of people. Jerry, how do you deal with it? What keeps you motivated?
Um, I just love what I'm doing for the first time in my life, honestly. You know, I mean, I've always done whatever I need to do to get by, to take care of things, and be able to make my personal commitments. You know, family life was always important, so I was always in some kind of situation that had a flexible schedule. But yeah, I like the schedule of where I'm at in the industry. I love what I do. I love the community that I'm a part of. I like the company that most of my work goes towards. Um, yeah, man, I do it all from home. You know what I mean? It's all from home, so I could do it from anywhere. It's a mobile gig, so I could go anywhere with it. So yeah, dude, I feel like I'm in the best spot of my life. So uh, and then I get to just have fun with my toys. You know, I'm sitting here spinning a toy that's a product. You know, it's like fucking great.
Yup. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. It's a great way to look at it, man. And I said it earlier, the negativity is gonna be everywhere. And if we search it out, then we're gonna find it. I'm sure you guys heard there was like this quote that went viral for a minute. It was about like looking for the color red. Did either of you hear of it? Oh, okay. Essentially, if I asked you right now, before this podcast, before we went live, if I asked you if you could identify all of the colors, or if you could identify all the times you saw the color burgundy, could you do it?
What do you mean all the times? Like on
Well,
the screen?
just yeah, right now, right before we went live, while you were you able to see, or how many things did you see that were burgundy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to assume very little. You didn't see a whole lot. But if I ask you right now, look around your room, and look for things that are burgundy. Do you see a few things that are burgundy, which would be a darker red?
Yeah, I see some
Yeah.
things that could pass.
That analogy plays over on the idea of opportunity, and in this case, negativity. When we weren't looking for burgundy, we didn't see it. But when I asked you to look for burgundy and look around, you found it. You found plenty of examples of burgundy. The same thing goes for that mental space that we keep ourselves in when we're thinking about something negative. If we get up in the morning, we've got something stuck up our ass, and we can't get over it, then the rest of our day is inherently going to be negative. Something's going to go wrong before you get to the bathroom. Something's going to go wrong by the time you get to the kitchen, by the time you get to the car, by the time you get to work, by the time you get through the day, by the time you know? But it's like if we're looking for opportunity, it's like all of a sudden it shifts, where it's like, okay, now I'm going to start looking for things that are positive or opportunistic in areas where they wouldn't have been regularly. So that quote went around for a while, and it kind of resonated with me. So it's like I try to look for those things, but to dial back in terms of like the people that just want to see you fail, it's like I know even myself, it's like I look at my colleagues and I look at the people in my space, and it's like I look at them crushing it, killing it, doing incredible things, and it's like I am very, very excited for them. I'm very hopeful for them. I want nothing but the best for them. But at the same time, it's like I see that, and it's like, what are they doing that I'm not? And that train of thought of what can I do to do better, I think that's what gets lost on some that don't want to make that step to how they improve themselves. And they get caught up on that feeling of, look at them, they're doing better than me, they suck.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think there's projection in there. Like there's like I see you doing what like I should be doing that. I should be in a better place. Like I should be fucking chasing my passion instead of working this job. And then it's like a projected hate. Like I feel it often. Like and I've seen it too often where people switch from being like a passionate fan to being like a passionate hater.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen it too many times to the point now where like when somebody comes at me as a passionate fan, I'm like, fuck, another one. Like
Yeah.
like they're gonna be a hater in 3 weeks. Like I
Yep.
can see it coming.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out that you don't like this anymore, and then they're gonna like start leaving shitty comments, and it's like, wow, what happened?
Yep. Yep. I had the same thing. I have a rule now in my chat on Twitch. Don't ask me to play video games. And because I game a lot, and people come in all the time. Can we game? Can we game? Can we game? And when I was just even a little fry, the littlest fry, I'd be like, I was all about it. I was like, yeah, someone who wants to watch and play with me. I was like, let's go. And then it's like, all of a sudden that you said it turns from passion to obsession. And all of a sudden now it's like, I want to play with you every day. I want to be there. What do you mean you're playing another game? I thought we were going to squat up tonight. It's just like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden it turns into this hate, and it's just like, oh, I didn't want this. That has happened to me so many times. I bring people into play, and next thing I know, it's just like they just expect that they're in the spot, they're in the rotation, and it's just like, damn it. And then I lose a fan, I lose a viewer, I lose somebody who was there, active all the time, and then I played with them, and I ruined it. So I kind of get the feeling that you're describing.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, I want to connect with people, and I think there's like, I think it's called parasocialing, or like it's like a parasocial environment where people are watching our content, and people, like, let's say somebody watches your videos, they watch, you got a lot of videos out there, Pigeon, you've been making content for a long time. They've watched all 100 of your videos. They meet you in person. They know so much about you by just seeing they've experienced so many of your words that they feel like they know you. They remember things about your personal life. They know that you had a big Home Depot fiasco with like a kitchen remodel 3 months ago, and they're gonna be able to bring shit up in person, and you're gonna be like, whoa, what is going on? I don't even know your name. There's like a weird gap in the social personal knowledge space.
You're so right, bro. You're so right. I'm so scared, man. I'm afraid. I'm a man. When I grew up, the internet was a scary place. You didn't put your face on it. You didn't put your name on it. You didn't do nothing about that. You definitely didn't make videos on things that like you believed in, and none of that. And
True.
and to me, it's still that place. It's still that place. So I'm very reluctant. People think I'm very forthcoming and very open, but I'm actually not. I don't like sharing things. I don't like to be like, I do, but I don't. It's like I'm scared of the internet, man. I'm really afraid of it. And it's like people are like, are you excited to do a meetup and stuff? It's like I am, but I'm also really scared. I'm really scared because like, fuck, people don't like me. For everyone that likes me, there's at least 2 people that don't. I'm very opinionated. I honestly don't care that I'm opinionated, and that pisses people off because they get offended that you voice your opinion, and often they feel the only way to counter that is with either violence or some kind of radical action, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want to have a debate. I just want to have a conversation. You disagree with me? Let's have a conversation, and drink a beer and smoke a joint, please. But I'm so anti-confrontational, it's not even funny. And so
People,
yeah, the
people
internet's
don't have
scary.
conversations anymore, man. Like when there's topics that they don't want to talk about, it's like they avoid it, and then they put people into a labeled bucket of people that they don't want to associate with, and then whoop, echo chambered.
Yes, and I got to be honest though, I've traveled the continent now. No, I can't even say that. I've been to 3 states and that's about it. 2 states, LA and Nevada. So I've been to LA and Nevada, and every single person has been incredibly positive, remarkably positive. There might have been one time, but it was just one time. But I don't want to talk about that one time. But there was one time. But other than that, I have not zero reason, but it seems like I'm surrounded by incredible people all the time. So I have that to be thankful for. That's a continent.
In your wide travels across the continent, you're
Huge.
thankful for-
I'm a huge traveler, Jerry. Massive traveler. Yep. I travel the number 1 highway quite a bit.
I want to say earlier when you were talking about the search for Planet of the Vapes, my favorite thing ever when you guys were at that Growers Gauntlet thing in LA, and somebody that was with you or with Rob recognized me as like the Blunt Robert. They're like, "Oh, you're like Blunt Robert." And it was my favorite thing in the world. Like it made my whole like the trip down to LA was fucking worth it just for that.
Right? Awesome. Right? Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've never the people are absolutely incredible. The flock is amazing. They know now too. People come up to me and be like, "Yo, it's me, Frankie's." They're really good at like giving their pseudonym first, although his name I'm sure is Frankie. It's like I'm like, "Oh, you don't start off, "Yo, it's Alan Jackson." I'm like, it's just, yeah. And people are so overwhelmingly kind and positive. And I will admit though, one thing that I will be changing on my next visit is I won't be smoking weed anymore from others. Like if it's been passed around a couple times, sorry, no bueno for me. I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Adam Hill on this one because like he's been doing this for years. And bro, when I got back from LA, I don't get sick, man. Sick is like a weird thing to me. It's like I like make fun of people who get sick. I'm like, you're a loser. And it's like I got home from LA and I got sick. I got sick like a normal human being, and it pissed me off. And I know it was because I smoked so much weed with so many different people. It was awesome, but I'm not a human being. I don't want to get sick again. Do you guys do a lot of communal smoking while I smoke this?
I do, but I don't share my shit. Like if I pack like a personal vape, I don't share it. If I pull out a Benjamin, I don't share it. When I sesh with people, I'll pull out multiple. I have multiple copies of my bong, and I'll pull out multiple bongs, and everyone will have their own piece at my place. So yeah, I don't go mouth to mouth on any sharing.
I just
my
died.
place there's either just one person, and so we're just chilling with a vape together, or if there's more than that, I'll usually break out a bag vape so that it's easy. It's an easy pass around, and that's that would end up being like your volcano. Like that's when I break out the bag on your hybrid and go, we're bagging up today, guys.
Oh, this thing kicks my ass, boys. Whew.
Is that why you don't use it much? Like I see you taking snaps, and I'm like,
Oh, I was
"Do you
hauling
not?"
there. Oh, I got to take it slow. I got to take it slow because I learned you can't haul it like a bong. It's not about how fast you take it. It's about how consistently you take it. Or you mean like in regards to how often I'm taking it? I might have almost burnt that, actually. Yeah, I learned when I first hauled it. I was like, let me just. I was like, there's nothing. Whoo, look, nothing. And they're like, no, 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 no. And then I was like, oh, it's like driving an electric car. There's a process to this shit. You can't just go from combustion to electric. You have to be able to go. You have to figure out that there's a process to it. And one of the processes for me is like a nice, slow, and consistent haul on the piece.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm becoming a pro. I honestly, it's like to know that I can get, you can get this high with half the damage to the lungs is rewarding, right? I encourage anyone to try it. Not to mention it's so easy. It just sits next to the desk. What I don't recommend is picking up the metal piece while it's already been on for a minute.
What
Sure.
temp are you on right now?
5.
Just 500?
Yeah.
Are you packing big bowls? I mean, is it how close to
yeah.
how,
Yep. Yeah, I'd say it's
'cause I would-
probably full.
how many scoops? How many of those scoops are you putting in? The scoops that
3.
came with? 3 in the bowl?
Yeah. And
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
killed it in one.
You're killing it in one hit.
One whole, one hit. I learned speed. Like I got iron lungs, so it's like I can keep that slow and consistent haul for quite some time, and I don't. Maybe that's what does it for the bowl. Maybe that I'm on there too long.
Well, the way that vape works, there's kind of a balance. So like if you're taking a slow draw, it's doing a lot of conduction and radiant cooking in that bowl. And if you take like a fast draw, it's gonna rip it through convection with all
Right.
those gem cut rubies. So yeah, I take a pretty fast pull with my screwball.
But with less, right?
Well, when I'm doing the normal bowl, I do pretty big bowls as well.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
not
okay.
3 scoops, probably just
Well,
2
it's like
scoops.
I shouldn't say it's a long consistent. It's more like I pull, and then you can almost like it's slow, and then once you see the smoke start to come in it, that's when it's like you're pulling to fill the chamber at that point. When I start to see the full, it's like and fill it up. I don't know. It's one of these things where it's like I have used it quite a few times now, where it's like you kind of get a feel for how long the pull should be to the size of the bowl, if I may, and then it's like it's kind of like, so it's like 3 scoops, but it's not 3 full scoops, 3 half scoops, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So we might be the same route. I take one big full scoop off that thing and put it in that bowl.
Like
And
there's
then I leave it at that. But at your temperature, what I was thinking is if I would say put like one good full scoop in that fucker,
Yep.
and then hit that thing kind of slow, like you're making love to it for about 2 or 3 seconds. And once you feel it start to create that vapor, fucking let her rip. And
And
see
haul
how
it?
you like that. Yeah, fucking go for it.
Okay, and then give her shit.
The hell, there's all kinds of shit you can do, but that's a fun hit.
Fuck it, we're on the
Troy
internet. Let's do it.
does that with a lot of like vapes that need it, but this one doesn't need it, but it's kind of fun because you can get some
Here,
flavor.
pull me up close if you can.
You don't like it, Troy?
That's not what I would do.
I don't know. You can probably see that. That's a big fucker, quote unquote. Oh, I'm dumping it on the desk, so it's half as big as it was.
It's a big fucker.
That's a big.
Look,
What
listen,
would you
I've,
do,
I've
Jordan?
watched him do his snaps. I've watched him smoke his bong. I think he should be going 2 scoops, and I think he should tamp it down, and I think he should inhale fast, medium fast.
Okay.
Not a
Okay.
start to
Okay.
What's he doing now, Troy? What would you rate his speed now? Is he huffing kind of
I
medium
think he's
slow?
going
or-
slow. I think he's going slow.
I
haven't-
think I
haven't really
agree with
been-
you. No, I kind of agree. I okay. Well,
haven't
I'll
been
do what you
watching.
said. I'll do what you said. Yeah, you guys don't have the camera here because I messed up earlier. You are supposed to have a camera on me, but I messed this up. But you guys have done very well without letting anybody know.
Thanks.
I figured it would. I thought somebody just forgot to push the button. And
I did, and then I
didn't wanna
did it
interrupt.
backwards, but I did it too late. I have a thing.
I'm watching you on YouTube. I'm watching us on a delay. and
Yes,
talking to
you would
over
be.
here.
Yeah, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Typically, I have another view, but I think it's because I have 2 of you. All I would have had to do is reorient it so that it would have been fine, but I did not clue into this until I literally turned the camera on so you guys could see me, and that's when I was like, "What are you showing me there?" And then they're like, "That's you." I was like, "Oh shit, that's not me. That's my ashtray." Yeah. So, no matter how I know you can relate. No matter how many shows you do, it's like it's live. It's like anything can happen. I aim for the moon every show, trying to make the best of the best. I want this to be better than a talk show. I want this to be better than Oprah. So it's like, yeah, I have high aspirations.
I mean,
Right on.
hard to beat Oprah. Having no
We're not
cars
giving
and
away
shit.
cars.
We're not giving away cars
We're
yet.
not- No.
All right, so
We got weed going for us though. She had
okay,
no
so
weed on this show.
I'll admit, Jerry, as I see this full with a big fucker, quote unquote, this is probably equivalent to my 3 halves as I'm looking at this. I'm full to the first line. No, second
tamp it
line,
down
the
a little
top
bit?
line.
Did you like flatten it?
No, I did. Oh yeah. I flattened it. I didn't tamp it down. I flattened it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's accurate. Or
Yeah,
that's good.
That's how I like it.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
the scoop has like some weight to it. You
It
kinda
does.
Let the scoop.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep. Okay. All right.
I just
And,
like
okay,
to
and so
put
just
it
to
on-
be clear,
put it-
so I'm. Go ahead, please.
Put it
Yep.
on there. Wait like 3 seconds, maybe 5 if you're
Yep.
fucking feeling frisky,
Yep.
and then just rip it. Just
Okay. Just
go
go.
to town, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready? Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Oh wait, he's gonna wait 5 seconds. I'm not going to. But I'm gonna drinking his beer first.
So you're doing okay.
Put it on there, and then heat soak that thing for 5 seconds. There you go.
No, rip it. It's already clouding up, so rip it. Of course, I'm looking late. You probably are already doing that.
Yes,
There you go, brother.
that was pretty consistent. Was that about? And
Looks
she's
beautiful.
yeah. Okay, good. I
That's
fogged you
great,
guys out.
yeah.
This is good.
And that vape there can keep up with your draw, even when the bowl is kind of the bowl, like it looks like it's too close to the heater. It still does a good job of not overdoing it. So, I think you'll have fun with that, man. If you like to really huff on your bong, then this vape can
Oh, it does.
give you what you're looking for.
If I was on Twitch, I'd be dying right now. I'm trying to keep it together because there's like 3 of us here, and there's a mic strapped to my mouth. But I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm taking damage, Jerry. Taking damage. This is great rips. I gotta be honest. The only reason it's not my daily driver is the cord. Is the fucking cord, bro. Is because I've broken bongs with cords. Not this cord, but I've broken bongs with cords. And even though it's like a place on and take off, fucking retarded, bro. I break shit when I don't even try to break shit. I'm so thankful that this thing is like a polycarbonate. Although I could just put it on there. Don't get me wrong. But the cord. When you say yours is cordless, it's all corded up on the on the desk, and then you're just taking it off.
Yeah, the coil is stationary. So like I got a bunch of stupid shit on mine right now, so it looks silly, but like these are all just additional ball vape heads and bowls. This is like a housing with a coil on it And the ball vape head just pulls out and goes to the bong. When I'm ready to take my hit. And the coil stays here.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And, like, this is a nice metal housing.
That's a great piece, bro. Yeah, I like how it's
Dude,
all in one.
Yeah, Cannabis Hardware makes a full line of this type of stuff. You can use code Troy and Jerry. It'll save you like 5% on their all their stuff. Oh, this is the Vatbana Ace. This is my favorite. The ball vape.
Yeah, so he's got their baller controller, and then the Ace that's made by the company that is the vape you're using, the Vapana. So
Yep.
the Ace is the cordless screwball, basically. So are you saying that just eliminating this cord on the heater head is what would make you cool, or are you saying that there's other ones that you want to get rid of?
No, I'm just saying what's holding me. This is all I'm saying is what. Oops, sorry. What's holding me back primarily from using this full time is the fact that I'm at my desk and this thing is strapped to a cord. And so I have to move it. And that, with a cord sitting there and my chair rolling around and my headphones coming on and off, and it's just can't. It just can't. It's just not a space. I need cords because, you know, the set has cords. This you guys get it. You guys get it. So when I'm talking, when I'm thinking about yours, it's like I'll fucking strap this into my desk with cord management, and it's just permanent. It'll stay there forever. And then all I do is take the piece off with no cord, right? Am I got this right? Sit it down on my bong and take a rip.
Right.
So we just need to get you a cordless.
I just
That's
need a
the idea.
cordless. Yeah, I just need a cordless one. So I need what you have. That's what I'm
There
gonna
you
get.
go.
You hit it at that party with me, right? In LA.
Yep.
You were pretty ripped.
I was very ripped, very high, very intoxicated, having the time of my life. But I remember we talked for for a half second afterwards.
I mean that party was remarkable for me because that proved to me, like, I shared this exact bowl, this exact vape, it's the exact setup literally, and people were walking around smoking hash holes. Like the people were walking up with blunts with hash rosin in them, smoking hash holes. They would hit this shit, and it would set them down. They'd be like, "Oh my god, I need to sit down." Like that's a lot. Like, bro, you're smoking a hash hole right now, and this is my half bowl. This is like my microdosing bowl.
A micro dose bowl is really what it is. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
Well, that's the beauty of vaping that Troy was talking about earlier when he was saying that, you know, you take those beautiful herbs you spend all that time and love on, and you set them on fire, and you literally, before any of the good stuff gets to you, you destroy easily over half of it. And so you're already reduced what you're getting there. With vaporizing, that doesn't happen. Like, nothing gets destroyed. It all gets liberated, and we just capture it, and it's extracted, and fantastic. So it's such a strong hit, you know, compared to what people are used to when they smoke. Like when they actually get one of these. Now, I mean, yeah, man, 7-8 years ago, a lot of portable vapes sucked, you know, and people have been like, I don't want any of that stuff. It's too weak, and I get it. But now,
yeah, there's no argument.
F-taps and some supportables that, yeah, you can come back and find what you're looking for.
They're
liberators. I love it.
Yeah, terp liberators. That's great. Yeah, there is no argument that, or sorry, you can't argue that you can't get the same hit anymore. That was my argument 5 years ago. That they're just not really doing it for me. It doesn't hit it. It isn't one to And then it was like, it was even longer than 5 years ago. We're talking seven-ish plus years ago. It was like, no.
It was valid.
It was like, it doesn't do it. And not to mention the price. The price for vaporizers was redonkulous. Reminds me of LED lights, the transition. And it was just too much. Couldn't do it. It was a rich man's thing. It was just something they were doing in Hollywood.
Yep. And you were always compromising something. Like you couldn't just smoke your weed in one hit. You always had to puff on it for 15 minutes.
Yes. And sure, you got your flavor, but I got to be honest. Back then, not only did I not care about flavor, I just want to get high. And it's like now
Right.
I want it to get high, but I also want the flavor, which is big. Boys, I feel like we could honestly just sit here and just chit chat. I really appreciate you guys for just having a solid conversation with me. I don't want to keep you here all night. It's been an absolute pleasure. If anybody wanted to reach out to you guys, further the conversation, hash into vapes, you guys have a very successful show on Twitch. I encourage people to check out. Where could they reach you?
Yeah, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we got a website, troyandjerry.com. Is that what it is, Jerry?
Yep.
Yep, troyandjerry.com, and then on YouTube it's Troy and Jerry Think Tank, and the same on Twitch, right? Troy and Jerry Think Tank.
Yeah.
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 And there's places there to message us or hit us up or comment on one of the blog posts, and we'll see that shit. So, yeah, if you need to reach out, we'd love to hear from you, man. Totally.
That's
I'm also
awesome.
on 420vapezone.com.
420.
Got 420 Vape Zone YouTube channel as well. That's been deleted a few times. So subscribe before we get deleted again.
You guys are also on Instagram, Troy and Jerry Think Dank as well. I encourage people to check them out. When do you guys do your show? What time do you guys go live on Twitch?
Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, or Troy time.
Yeah.
Call that Troy time, but yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday night, and we take maybe 5 to 7 Fridays off a year, but for the most part, we're out there every Friday night, just getting into what the latest vape shit is, man. There's always something new. It's fun.
And it's always a great conversation. You guys are always laying down some true facts, news, everything going on in the space, and I can really appreciate that. Troy, Jerry, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on. Troy and Jerry from Think Tank. You guys are absolutely legends in the space. I thank you for coming on here. Are you guys in Vegas by any chance next week or in a couple weeks? No. For MJ
Probably
BizCon?
not. Probably not for BizCon, but possibly for Champs. I don't know.
Oh, okay. To be determined. I like that. Boys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We'll catch up real soon, okay?
All right, thanks for having us, P.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye for now. Peace, homies. Wow, huge shout out to the guys. Thanks for coming on to the show. Huge shout out to the Troy and Jerry community for putting up with us because, well, they're pretty good guys. And one thing we didn't mention was just that they did their intro, which Troy mentioned that people do fox with or they don't fox with. But what I do enjoy is that they're willing to listen to their community. Same here, there's a difference between community and your audience. The audience are the ones that you got to try to reach with the algorithm. Unfortunately, YouTube is a search engine, and you need to try to get as many eyes on the content as possible. That's the audience. The audience generally doesn't really care. They tune in, they're here, they see things, they're out. It is what it is. I'm the audience of a ton of different channels out there. But then there's members of the community, the community. Those that really fuck with you, those that actually come into your live streams, that throw a like on your videos, that comment just for the sake of the algorithm, that really participate in what it takes to be an online community. You guys here that are foxing with me tonight are part of that community. And I really appreciate you. And you are the people that I'm trying to please. And I think one thing I wanted to mention to them, we're being attacked by extraterrestrials. A panel fell from the sky there. Yeah, I put up, they fell. One thing that we start to learn as we become content creators is that, you have to appease the community or the audience, but it's like your community really fucks with you, and I really appreciate that, and that's why I wanted to do these giveaways. I'm not advertising giveaways. There's a link right now. Okay. There was a link, and there it is. And you have a last chance to participate. You can have an opportunity to win a controller AI Plus and a bag of Stash Blend. Okay. So, as I mentioned, this is just a small giveaway. It's that kitchen party vibes. I don't want to advertise these. I just want to reward you guys for being here and for participating. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter, X, and be here right now. And if anybody wins that's not here, not here right now, they don't win. I also want to say right now, okay? So, because you guys are the real ones, all right? You guys are the real ones. We're gonna do a giveaway next week, and it's bigger than this one. Okay? Okay? All right, that's all I'm gonna say. I hide it 2.5 hours into my stream and to you guys, okay? So next week, you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be bigger than this one, okay? If you're big, okay? Bigger, bigger, bigger. So don't forget, we've got Black Friday sales, okay? Black Friday sales. If you're searching anything starting November 27th, Pigeons 420.
Some of them are already going.
Some of them are already going, like Seedsman. Seedsman's already going. So go and click on them and take advantage of that, all right? So Pigeons 420, you'll save a ton. Now, did I have something else?
No?
Let's do a giveaway, shall we?
Or do you want to do community highlight first?
Let's do the community highlight. You get to hear me say that twice.
Community highlights.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as I would like to do with many of my shows, all of my shows, I want to give a shout out to the little guy. Little guy who still has an opportunity to make grow videos, isn't being too hard suppressed by the game. Hopefully these videos don't blow him up so they get suppressed by the game. That's not the idea. Shit. I'd like to give a shout out to Bored Blueberry. Bored Blueberry, you made it onto my algorithm. You made it onto my For You page. Stretch it out so we can see less of the weed, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. Don't worry about it. Huge shout out to the Bored Blueberry. His content is rife with quality content and some great stuff that I think you guys are going to love. I love his personality. I love what he has to say. Go check him out. I think you will not be disappointed. Okay? Don't think you'll be disappointed. Huge shout out to you. All right. I guess it's time to just leave, huh?
We're doing this?
It's time to just go home.
All
Everybody leave. Shutter D. All right, so if you guys hopefully already got your stuff in, it is what it is. If you just showed up right now, you weren't here long enough anyways. So just run it, yeah. Who is it? Who is it?
Do you want me to do this like on
How
the
many entries are there? I want to hear that first.
56?
56 entries. That's impressive. I appreciate you all for putting it in because I know not everybody's going to fuck with X. So 56 entries. So they have to be here right now at this moment. I got the chat right here.
Okay.
You have to comment. And if you don't comment within, well, no, I want you to comment. So we'll wait a second, but we got to comment. You got to comment, all right? Because I know there'll be at least a 60-second delay for some people. So we'll give it a little bit of time. We'll smoke some weed. Maybe I'll even go pee. One of the smartest decisions I did, was introduce a small break in between the show and the. Oh my God, that was smart. Okay, so there's Troy and Jerry in the chat. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, boys, for showing up. Thank you. Okay.
Am I doing it?
Yep, hit it. 56 entries. Who's it gonna be?
Brent Matthews. Matthews?
Brent
Matthews.
Brent Matthews, you have an opportunity to win a controller AI Plus and a bag of Stash Blend. Sorry, excuse me. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I'll pack a bowl, or I'm so high I don't need another bowl. I don't know who I'm kidding. Let's see. Let's see it show up. I drank all these? May I have one more beer, please, Mrs. B? Just one more beer, please, Mrs. B?
How about water?
Water? I had lots of water before the show. Okay. I don't know how long I should run this, but I want you to comment. I know there's going to be a 60-second delay. So I want to have everyone have a chance. So if it was a 60-second delay, they'd be like, oh, I heard my name, but then they're on the other side of the room. So maybe it takes them 10 seconds to get to the other side of the room. The reason I want to be straight with you guys. I have not ran giveaways on this channel ever. That's not true. When I hit 100 subscribers, I did my very first and only giveaway. I don't like doing giveaways because they attract the wrong crowd. I'm not looking for people who are just looking for free shit. I want to help. I want to support the people that I've seen their names in the chat all the time, supporting me, doing their shit, and thank you. If I advertise about this and say, hey, I got a giveaway on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm going to get people that'll never watch my shit again. They're just here for a giveaway. Those aren't the people I'm trying to reward. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should feel bad about this or it's like just double down. It's like I appreciate those that support me all the time. Have we seen a Brett Matthews in the chat?
I have not.
Matthews? Chat, what do you think? Flock. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Flock, what do you think? How long should we give? What do you think? Brent Matthews. Not yet. Majority rules here, baby. Run it. Reroll. Da-na-na. Okay. I think we're gonna read. I think we're gonna do it again, babe.
All right.
Hold on. Let's give them a couple seconds here. I feel bad, but I won't feel bad after giving them 2+ minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then we rerun it. I won't feel bad. Okay. Oh God. Oh, this isn't good. Okay. No mercy. Okay. Let's do a countdown. Countdown in the chat right now. Follow me. Everybody all together now. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. All right.
Next winner is
Yep. Let's do it. Run it.
Jeff Owen.
Jeff Owen, baby. Jeff Owen. Congratulations to the second winner, Jeff Owen. This is going to be fun, man. We're going to be here for another hour, I bet. Let's go, Jeff Owen. Jeff Owen.
Do we have Jeff in the chat?
Show me your face. Everyone in the chat has a really good chance right now. This is why I do this shit. I appreciate you guys so much. Jeff Owen. Jeff Owen. Jeff Owen. Let me see your name in the chat, boy. Let me see your name in the chat. Yeah, didn't make it the whole show. Damn, didn't think we were doing an hour and a half tonight. Or 2.5. Didn't think we were doing a 3-hour show tonight. Welcome to tea, baby. Welcome to tea, baby. What was the name again?
Jeff Owen.
Jeff Owen. Jeff Owen. My name is Jeff. Jeff. Oh, damn, weak fans. No, dude. I'm not putting anyone on blast. No, I don't normally. We don't normally go 2.5 hours, but I got to be honest with you, Troy. I could have sat for another 2 hours. Mrs. P's not feeling well, so I didn't want to push her too long. And I've said time and time again, this show needs to be 3 hours. 1 hour for the first portion, 2 hours for the next.
Which is fine on a normal day.
On a normal day.
But I literally slept.
She slept all day.
I slept all day just to have the energy for tonight.
No, Jeff Owen. Come on, guys. I'm definitely Jeff. Saturn.
My name's Jeff.
All right, couple seconds here, because I know it's 60 seconds behind. Okay. All right. Well, I said you got to be here, and if you're not here, this is what it is. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, no. Okay, no. Mac Grows, you distracted me. I thought you were Jeff. Okay, no. Okay, my mic's all fucked up.
I had someone say I'm here, Jeff Owen, but it doesn't match the name that they gave.
Okay, nope. If you're trolling me, that's fine.
Had to switch account, he says.
Had to switch account.
Check the email.
Who said this? You got someone? Oh.
Marchus?
Check the email.
Check.
Oh.
How do I? What?
Okay, you'll be able to see the email when you see the participants. But what is checking the email? What?
Oh, the email that it came from. Oh yeah,
You're really loud, babe.
Paula.
You're
Sorry,
really loud, babe.
Paula Marchus. Yeah. It matches.
Is it? What do you
Yeah.
mean? What matches?
It,
Paula Marchus.
the
and
email to his screen
Jeff
name.
Owen. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Mrs. P ain't dumb. She pulling the trigger. So Jeff Owen's our winner.
Yeah, Jeff Owen's our winner. I didn't mean to put my real name. Oh, my bad. Sorry, dude.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. I'm glad we threw that out. But good.
Okay, I'm gonna send you an email right now.
Okay, so I can say this in the future that I use your screen name as your name. Thank you. Sorry, let me be straight. Who is that? Parmanchester?
Paula Marchus.
Yeah. Yo, Marcius. I'm gonna use this in the future. You're gonna be a very very valuable lesson for me. That I'll make sure that I use your screen name as but on my normal account. Okay. All right, Marchus. Yo, congratulations. It's been confirmed. Congratulations. Marchus, congratulations. You have all the information, Mrs. P?
Well, it just
The email, right? That's all we need. And then we can...
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
We will get in touch.
You will be in touch by myself. I want to state right now, all giveaways will be covered, shipping and handling, so you won't have to pay anything. If you get reached out by anybody, any of you, on behalf of my name, and it says all you got, no. You will never be reached out to me on behalf of anything, okay? Unless you've signed on behalf of my email list, which is at thepigeonscoop.com, which I don't make many people do, which would be great if you did, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I don't reach out to anybody, and I will never ask anyone for money, okay? Never. We've done charitable events, but we make that very well known. I will never come to you and say, hey, you won something, send me $100, okay? No. We'll cover the shipping. I want to make that very, very clear, okay? No scams here, guys. I want to thank every single person. Marcius won himself a controller AI Plus and a bag of Stash Blend. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. That's about it for the show tonight. I appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of Tea, where the tea is beer and the P is me, and we are here for a quality conversation. If you haven't already and you're willful, head on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420. I game out all the time, and as a matter of fact, don't tell him, but we might have convinced Mr. Growit to game with us too. You might have caught him once or twice. Come hang out. It's twitch.tv/pigeons420. And you won't be disappointed. I do a lot of gaming, so if it's not your thing, don't go check it out, please. I do a lot of smoking weed and gaming, so if it's not your thing, please don't check it out. That's 95% of the content over there. But we also do other stuff, but don't worry about it. Yo, Mama Kush. That's my girl right there. Good to see you. Good to see you in that smiling face. Shout out to you and Papa. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Maybe we'll see some of you guys in Vegas at the end of the month, or at the beginning of next month. Or we'll see you guys over on Twitch when I'm streaming live. Or I'll see you on Instagram, at Pigeons420, or on Twitch, or Twitter, at Pigeons420. That's it. That's all I got. Let's get Mrs. P to bed so she can sleep, okay? All right?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the well wishes. I appreciate it.
Much love. Until next time, we'll see you next week with a wonderful guest. We're going to be talking all things breeding. Peace!